Listen up. You're watching TikToks all day anyway, so why not get paid for it? Ever thought about making money from TikTok but you don't have any followers? Well, forget the 1,000 follower rule. GFN Vault has just changed the game. AFTV and DR Sports have partnered with one of the biggest UK creators, Anthony Owo, to bring you GFN Vault.
Our agency helps you earn, grow, succeed with exclusive support. With zero following, you can start earning straight away. No gimmicks, no catches, 100% free.
Every big creator started from nothing, including me. So why not you?
Whether that is football, gaming clips, or just chatting complete and utter rubbish, anyone can be a creator, just like me.
So hit the link right now, get involved, and start earning today with GFN Vault. Do not sleep on this.
And it's not late. It's on time. Get in there. Yeah? Welcome back, people, to DR Sports. One minute. No, but we played the ad, didn't we? So it's all good. Welcome back to the weekend roundup show. Today, it's the full panel. There's no injuries. There's no dropouts, right? There's no sickness. There's no visa permit requirements. Everyone is here around the table. Let me introduce the guests that we have today. We've got myself, AGT. To my left, Abby. To her left, Flex. But to my right, we've got the big Don and Matisse in the building. Let's get a round of applause for this panel. One of the best on YouTube, I'll be honest.
The best.
I can say that. Yeah, I can say that with chest. 100%. Smash that like button. You didn't even hear that, Flex. Smash that like button. Get your comments in there.
I'm probably glad I did.
Probably glad, yeah.
I just said it's a good show, but it could do it a bit of rebrand.
The rebrand thing's never dead, is it? You just say it forever.
Get that subscribe button smashed as well, people, as we enter the run-in, right? Let's get through the results. As you can see, our beautiful graphics on screen tells you all the results now. Big up to the guys at display for that. Let's start off with the Liverpool match. First on the list here, not just me.
I didn't think he'd do it first.
No, let's get into it. Let's get into
sometimes
it.
when he takes licks, he wants to do it quick.
I want to get it out.
Yeah, he's trying to get it out.
Don't let him fool you, you know.
Yeah. He's trying to bury bad news.
When it's his thing, we save the biggest all last. At the top is just us. You know?
Yeah.
But then when he takes licks,
man.
No, it's top
Get
of
it
the
nice
thing,
and
man.
early, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Get it out of the way.
We'll stay on this
Because
for
we
a
should
5
while.
minutes. Let them know you're there.
Because other than this game, this is where
I mean, there was 5 goals in this game, so I'm expecting extensive analysis.
Thriller at the cottage.
Extensive.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Hopefully.
So, as we know, Fulham 3, Liverpool 2. I said it on Cop TV yesterday. That was the worst first half defensive performance this season. Well, under Arne Slot, full stop. 3 mistakes in 14 minutes. We conceded 3 goals. Hasn't happened again. And it probably won't happen again this season now. But Liverpool have now lost their second game of the season to Fulham, right? It's the first defeat in 7 months. In the Premier League. So I understand the hunger.
Must be really nice feeling.
Nice. It is
Must
nice.
be really
it is nice. And I understand everyone's hungry. They all want a little chop. They're all trying to, get at AGT on Twitter telling me to hold this. And I can hold 1 defeat in 7 months. No problem at all. First away defeat of the season. Of the whole season. Everywhere we've gone, we've never lost in the Prem. So I can take it. But what I can't take is complacency, sloppy mistakes, and the wrong team selection. And let me dive into that if I can, because...
Should I drop Salah?
Criticism here.
It's a criticism.
No one's ever going to do that, no matter which manager. So actually, I don't know if you watched the full game, but we scored against the run of play. There was a couple of really nervy moments from Konate and Van Dijk and Kelleher super early on. But luckily, we scored the goal. And I think if you asked any Fulham fan, any Liverpool fan, any rival fan, who's going to win this game after McAllister scores that screamer, by the way, everyone would have said, Liverpool are going to go on and win this. They control it. They see it out. We have to talk about the goal before I get into the negatives. Did you see that strike from McAllister?
Yes.
23 yards out. The cleanness of the strike, no deflections. Obviously does really well to kind of muscle off Sander Berge, who had a really good game.
He did.
And it's a super clean strike, bro. Like, unbelievable from Maka, and he's got that in his locker. But what I can't excuse is the response that that we allowed Fulham to get. So the first goal, massive error from Curtis Jones, which... I think the right-back Curtis Jones experiment is now over because Conor Bradley's back in, got an assist off the bench, so big up him. So he'll be back for West Ham, 7 games to go. But I think Curtis Jones, and this comes off the back of Konate doing some roulettes in his own box, clicking it out for a corner. I don't know what was going on there. But he expects Konate to head that away. It kind of bounces off his knee. And it's actually a really clever finish from Sessegnon. It's just bang, super explosive finish. Maybe there's a chance that you can do a little bit better at the near post from that strike. If Alisson was in goal, who knows? But I'm
Keller
thinking
has
that's a
the
big
world's best
mistake.
second keeper, so
And he
by
still
his
is,
standards,
still
it's
is. He's
poor.
actually only played I think it's 14 games less than Alisson across 2 seasons,
That's mad.
which
So
I
he's
think
played a
is
lot of games
mental.
then, so he shouldn't be letting that.
No.
Very poor from him.
Well, it's his defence that have let him down, right? He didn't expect Curtis Jones to assist Sessegnon. So 2 minutes later, right, you're thinking, see this out. Robbo plays this criminal pass and Flex.
Mad.
What is the first thing they tell you as a 6-year-old when you play football?
Don't play across the box, mate.
Thank you very much. So what did he do?
Played
across his box, mate.
And if you are going to play that pass to Curtis Jones, who's kind of pushing up to the halfway
was a
line
mad
on the
pass.
right-hand side, you hit it cleanly with the laces and you spray it. What he's done is the wrong technique. He's curled it in towards our own box. And he's made 3 mistakes in 15 seconds. The first pass, he's had an opportunity to head it away, which is bobbled off his shoulder and gone to Iwobi. And then the third one, fairly unlucky, but he tries to recover, hits his back and goes in. So you can almost say that's a freak, 2 mistakes in 5 minutes. But the third goal, Van Dijk sleeping. And again, when the ball's up in the air, because it was a miss kick from Iwobi, wasn't it? It was a miss kick. And it's up in the air, it's floating, it's spinning. Van Dijk, instead of allowing Muniz to kind of get in and put his hand against Van Dijk's chest and rough him up a bit, he should have been the aggressor, moved him out the way and headed that clear. But the complacency in that first half was scary. It was frightening because the touch, and I have to big up Muniz, right? That touch is one of the best touches I've seen all season because as soon as he does it, straight away Van Dijk is clawing to get him back. He can't reach him. And again, maybe there's a question mark over the keeper. Could he have shut his legs? Could he have got down a little quicker? But we totally deserve to be 3-1 down at half time. I'm not making any excuses for Liverpool. So it was the worst 45 I've seen from us this season. However, what Arne Slot has been excellent at this season is the team talk at half time, but also
Have you been in
the
there?
subs.
You've been in there when he's delivered it? Or?
You wanted extensive. You wanted extensive. What are you
Just
still looking
going
at?
on a
Clock's
bit,
went
aren't
forward, mate. Second half, bang, subs come on. Connor Bradley, excellent.
match
Shows
review.
what we've been missing. You said you wanted to see
I
some
do.
meat on the bone.
Bloody
I
Cop
do.
TV, bloody hell.
Meat on the bone,
Jesus.
mate. Meat on the bone.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
So
Yeah,
what do you want?
yeah, crack on, mate.
Otherwise
Yeah.
the show's half an hour.
No, mate.
I can get the train early. It's
Download
up to
off
you.
Amazon
up to you.
audiobook.
These men are sleeping. That's what we were doing in the first half, mate. Yeah, wake up, Robbie. We're not gonna win nothing, Robbie. Wake up, Robbie.
Yeah, finish it.
No.
No. He's actually got the second half to do now.
And trust me, when I win the league, all of this is coming again. So you can all try and
At the
pretend
top
to
is
see
just
it.
rough.
At the cop, it is still us, by the way. The subs, right? Harvey Elliott. I'm starting a petition for this man to start a football match of association football for Liverpool.
Instead of Salah.
No. Instead of Soboslai.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hungarian Gerrard.
But that's 2 very different players. So Bozlai's hard work,
I know,
graft,
but we
up
can do
and
the
down.
legs and all that stuff, but we
Yeah.
need the creativeness, which is what Harvey brings. Conor Bradley was excellent when he came on. Diaz has been our best player in the last 2 games. He should have started the game. He gets a goal. Elliott hits the post, obviously used to play
Great
for
strike,
Fulham.
that.
Yeah, well.
Great strike.
Yeah, booing him as
Thought
well,
he was
innit?
in, of course, and as they should be, his former player.
Hold that still. Didn't
And on another day, Chiesa shot at the end again. How many minutes is he not going to get? He needs to be starting the game now. But Chiesa, the subs were brilliant, and actually in the second half we won it 1-0. But the damage was done in the first
You
half.
won the second half.
He won the second half.
Yeah, we did. But the
you
damage,
lost
but it
it.
doesn't matter because damage was done in the first half.
They won the second half.
And luckily,
Hey, round of applause. They won the second half.
I'm going to win the Premier League as well.
Congratulations.
And
man.
I'm gonna win
that was a very-
Get that table
Guys,
back up, huh?
no,
Please,
yo,
get that
wait.
table up.
That was
Get
a
up.
very, very
Wait,
Arsenal
everyone, all
thing
of you
to
get
say
up,
that we
up,
won.
up.
I'll get up. I'll
Get
get up
up.
as well.
Get up.
Yep.
Right, come here.
Yeah.
Come here. Guard of Honour. They
Oh,
won
we're
the
getting
second
it
half.
now. We're
They
getting
won the
it.
second half.
winning the second half.
Oh, second
Guard of
half.
Honour for winning the second half.
Second
Go on.
half.
Yeah.
Ready?
Well done. You won the
Well done,
second
mate.
half.
You wanted a guard of honour. You've now got
Guard of Honour
it.
for Muniz's touch. Yeah, well done, mate.
Guard of
No,
honour.
you can do that.
Should have done better. Yeah.
You can do all that.
Guard of Honour for complacency. Yeah.
You can do all of that, but in 3 weeks you'll be giving me
Correct.
an
That's why we're
actual
doing
Guard
this
of Honour.
now. That's why we're
Okay,
doing this
fair
now.
enough.
Now, so we don't
Getting
have
all
to
in
do it in
early.
3 weeks.
So to top it off, I don't like the complacency. We have not won the league yet, as Maka said in the post-match interview. And now it's time to wake up. And I think we need a game where we batter a team. We've got West Ham next. We've already scored 10 against them this season. And we go again.
Got us after.
Yeah.
Jesus.
5 away and 5 at home in the cup. So, listen, positives to take. Some players coming back, getting minutes. That's good, but a lot of negatives in that game.
You won the second half,
and we did win the second half. But it's our first defeat in 7 months, so I understand why you're mocking me because you're hungry. You've been waiting a long time to cook me. And the first time since September we've lost.
You've got nothing to worry about.
So that's it.
I don't really think we can cook you, to be fair.
No.
What can we cook you on?
We can just laugh at some of the individual errors that happen.
Or the individual stuff that comes out of your mouth.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah, just everything you said, mate. Van Dijk's moving wild at the minute. Don't know.
Beto and
I just
blocked him off this week, man.
I don't know with the contract. Meza just
bully boy.
Looks like he's.
Are you
not worried about
any sense of a slight decline?
No.
Because you don't want to invest in because you just want to invest into a big contract. 3-4 years, highest pay. Might be on his way.
If you think that, that's
because
cool.
Beto's done
Did you watch
that.
the game?
Quick. Yeah, I did.
Full game.
Pretty much, yeah.
So not the full game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Second half.
I saw the second half.
And that's the half he won.
Yeah,
so
that's the half he won. Yeah,
that's fine.
So I saw all I needed.
Of the season.
But I don't know, just a few little things creeping in. Just he looks a bit frail. Looks a bit.
Spun.
He
can be got
frail.
at.
Spun a couple.
Like frail as in like
92. He's 32. Do you know what I mean?
A little bit. Can be got at a bit more.
But that's the complacency.
The aura kind of running out a bit. Like you got to kind of engage a bit more.
Is what you hope, yeah. But
is it that?
No, it's not that. It's just a little bit of calmness.
It's been a long season, loads of games.
It's been a long season.
They'll pick it back up, see it out.
If Elliott doesn't start consistently, right, to the end of the season,
he'll be sold.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Which would be a nightmare for me.
Because what is he really doing if he's not playing? It feels like he's been a bit part player since.
Do you know what? Because he's such a big Liverpool fan, he never wants to leave Liverpool.
Right.
But because he's not getting the minutes.
If only Trent was.
I feel like his potential is capped.
If only Trent had that same view.
It's all right. You got Curtis Jones right back. You don't need Trent.
No, but that experiment is over now.
All right. Yeah, but he's dedicated though. Liverpool boy out there, isn't it?
Where's Mo Salah, man? I mean, you still think he should get a
Ballon
d'Or?
It's valid. Like, he'll still end up with the most goals.
Ballon d'Or, Missing. I mean, right? Player of the season. Player of the season in this country, definite. Right? He's been brilliant. Let's not just.
But Rafinha scored 2 goals since
Ballon d'Or.
So his opponents that he's going up against are also flopping as well.
He scored how many?
2 league goals.
2 league goals since December, Rafinha. So Rafinha, 2 league goals since December. Vinny has 3 La Liga goals in 2025. Dembele.
Yeah, but they're still in the Champions League and things like that.
And he's still in the
Champions League. I'm saying, like,
they performed in the Champions League when it really mattered.
He's fallen off, and he was missing yesterday. He was missing against Everton. The last
month.
As a matter of fact, the last month.
Before that, he's been unbelievable, Rob.
He had. No, I'm not taking away from. I'm not taking away from that, and it's not a poor season for him. I'm just saying that he's gone missing, and so have
last
Liverpool.
4 games, he's gone missing.
And it's like Liverpool have dropped. As soon as he's dropped, Liverpool have dropped.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this tweet. Yeah,
is that a bit worrying that if he left, if he does go, that he's so hard to replace because
you can't replace him. It's impossible.
We cannot replace him.
So why aren't you giving the new deal yet?
Yeah, what's going on with these contracts?
He said they're both staying. He's told us this already.
I think they're both staying.
You said you said to me in October.
Last week you said they are.
He said they are.
You said it was a definite last week.
No, I'm still there. No, don't try that. I'm still there.
No, don't give me that flex.
You
said they are staying.
Yes, they are.
He said in October, contracts soon come.
Where's them balloons?
Announcements coming soon. He said this to me in October, Halloween. We did the whole snakes thing, spiders.
Yep.
It's April, Easter money soon, and we're still no contract.
Where's the rabbits then?
Yeah,
Where
We're
is the
gonna price some
contract?
snapper and I'm still not signing a contract.
Right, fish.
Yo, it's Lent and that. You're giving up contracts. That's what you're giving. That's what they gave up for Lent, bro. Signatures.
No, because when he's not
He's
firing,
had a poor month, Bobby.
when he's not firing, and you've had a poor month.
We've had an awful month.
When you're not firing, when he's not
2025
firing,
hasn't been
Liverpool
great.
don't fire.
Yeah, it's true. Do you know this stat is mind blowing? He has won us 50 points this season.
Wow.
Mad.
That is mental.
50, bro.
Jesus
But are you then not?
His goals and assists.
Are you not?
How many points have you even
We
got
have
this year?
73 points.
Oh, 73
That's
and he's got
mad.
50 then.
Yeah.
You'd be where we
As
are.
in the decisive goal, the actual
Goals and assists.
that got
That's
you the 3
mental.
points. That's
crazy.
wild.
But are you like actually not worried that you're not hearing anything about a new contract, about an extension,
Once
about
the
anything?
league is wrapped up, I think the news will follow. James Pearce just released an article, and apparently Van Dijk's been quoted today saying there's progress. So I'm not worried about that.
Surely
For me,
Van
the
Dijk
biggest worry right now is that we don't limp over the line. I don't want to see crutches and MCLs and that. I want to see proper go out on a high, get to 90 points, and show everyone, just shut everyone up.
You are playing. I don't know if you're playing well. It does feel like a little bit of a decision point of like, will you limp over the line or like you say, cruise over the line? We don't really know
very
because
important how
it
we
looks like the
finish this
season has taken its toll a little bit. You can be got at quite a lot. People are getting chances against you. You're
That's
not
gotta change, bro.
yourselves. You know, normally a game like yesterday, like you said, you only lost 1 all year before yesterday. You would just find a way and come back. At half time, I was still like, Liverpool get a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way the second half was going, I was like, they're going to score again. Like you, so you still felt that,
We
but
could have
just
won that game,
defensively,
we actually could have won that. If
It's just
Harvey's shot
defensively.
goes in, you know, Salah had a massive chance. Jota was 1-on-1. We actually could have won that 4-3. But the first half, we just at this top level, no matter who you're playing against, if you
like some of
concede
the
3 in
defending has
15
been
minutes,
really bad.
criminal.
That's what for the two
Criminal.
like best in the league,
Lackadaisical.
alongside Gabriel Saliba, whatever. But the two staples,
Lackadaisical, bro.
like, I'm like, whoa, it's a bit comical at times. I don't expect that from them two. In all honesty, like, it's
mad.
funny, but it's
They're the league winners, but they probably need like 4 or 5 additions.
No, we said we need 7.
Okay, that's too
7.
much. That's too
6
much.
or 7.
Where's the
7?
So obviously we're going to need a new right back.
Yeah.
Costas is probably going to leave. We need a new left back. We need a new centre back because Quanta might leave. We need a new CDM. We need a new striker because Nunez/Jota both might leave. And then that's not even thinking
what's
about
that, 5?
if Salah and Van Dijk leave. So that could be 7.
you already got a keeper. Innit?
Imagine winning the league and you need
need
to
a rebuild.
rebuild after that.
What about
You need a
Kelleher?
rebuild.
After we well,
No, they got
because
the keeper
loads
coming
of
in
people
for
leave.
Valencia.
Yeah, I know, but Kelleher's going to probably go as
Kelleher's
well.
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go as well.
Kelleher's should go.
I'll have him.
Yeah,
Who?
all
Is
of
he
you
mad
would-
tribal? Would he come United?
No, he's no way.
Oh, okay.
He's mad. He'd probably go Tottenham, but he wouldn't go you.
Okay.
Come,
He's a good
Gala,
goalkeeper.
Habibi.
Oh, I love
Come.
him. He's
He's a good
brilliant.
goalkeeper.
So anyway, look,
should be Chelsea should be.
they're linked
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, Chelsea.
40
That'd
mil.
be. Do you know
That'd be
what?
perfect
Make
for
it
you,
50
right?
and
I mean,
we'll
to be
chuck
Send it
in
to the chat, you know.
The only thing I'll say is Petrovic is having what seems to be such a
yeah.
great season at Strasbourg. You may as well see
Hey,
what he can
Strasbourg
do.
are doing well,
Yeah, they're going for Champions League. So when you sign 9 keepers, you may as well use one of them. you know what I
yeah,
mean?
these
So
are
And we've got
You know
Mamadou
what I mean?
Philly,
So-
who just had an amazing game against Real Madrid and saved the pen against Vinny at the weekend. But look, it's a little blip in the road. We're still going to win the league, but now it's time to go and smash West Ham 4-0.
Need a bit of
smash
reaction,
Leicester
yeah.
4-0. And then obviously it's Tottenham, Chelsea, Guard of Honour FC after that. So
God, what an
yeah,
FC.
we should be all
You know,
right.
the way you're playing, unless you raise it a bit, the way you're kind of playing against
we're
the
still gonna
decent
win the
teams,
league.
you don't look.
But
Them
also
teams,
context, bro.
you know what I
We've
mean?
lost 2 games all season. Lost 1 away
Yeah,
game.
no, I'm just
It's
saying there
not
could be a few
that bad.
draws in it. No, I'm saying against the better teams, like Fulham are a better team.
Yeah.
When you play against
Forest and
Spurs,
Fulham have taken
Chelsea-
8 points off us.
Don't
this
go
season.
by us.
Actually, not.
Yeah,
really.
Don't go by
And
us.
that's at Anfield as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But listen, I'm cool with losing a game. It's the way you lose it.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was obviously a response in the second half. But now for West Ham, we've got a week in between each game for 7 weeks now. Loads of time to recover and rest. No excuses. I want to see Harvey Elliott starting the next game. It's the only thing I can say about Slot. And Feyenoord fan said this as well. He used 13 or 14 players across the season. And that's cool. If it wins you the league, who am I to tell you who you haven't used?
Conte
But
was
I
like
would
that
like
for
to
us.
see Harvey Elliott.
One last thing from the AGTMOL. Any thoughts
From what?
the
That's
AGTMOL?
What's MOL?
AGT, like you know
just,
PGMOL.
PG
Just
Right,
an
right,
advisory board for
AGTMOL
yes,
is
'cause
so
you're-
good.
I like that.
You have your own
I
one.
like that. Cool.
Any thoughts?
You're good today.
Thank you.
Welcome.
For someone that
Um,
didn't watch any games, he's like,
Yeah,
doing well.
well, I told you. You asked me about your game. I said I watched.
The
a lot
sun
of
was
it, so-
shining, to be fair. Like, why would
Yeah.
you be?
Why would you be
It's been blue
indoors?
skies all last week, and it's going to be like this
And
week.
I won the
so-
Grand National this weekend.
There you go.
Congrats. At least you won something this
I
week.
won something this
The
weekend.
sort of
No,
trailing
no.
elbow.
He won the
from
second half.
He won the second half.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know what I mean?
Big weekend
AGT,
for
the
you.
trailing elbow from
Virgil.
From Virgil. Is there any retrospective? What was your thoughts on the
No
you know,
retrospective.
the elbow coming out?
Listen, if it happened to,
a bit
I'll
naughty.
be fair. If it happened to us, I'd be asking
You'd
for
be
it.
crying.
And Van Dijk does seem to.
Crying.
Silva's
Do you know
always
what?
fine.
It's almost like when he's really annoyed, he'll do. When we're winning, he doesn't do that. When we're 3-0 up, why is he going to do that? But he does have that little streak in him sometimes, which you need as a. By the way, you can't just be Mr. Nice Guy and Mr. Slick back hair, fade.
No, that's
waves,
true.
all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You've got to be
Same
a
thing
bit-
Tarkowski said. You know what I mean?
You do need that to be a top
So hang
level
on,
centre
didn't you?
said you don't
so
need to be
so
Mr.
you're
Nice Guy.
happy that Tarkowski did that, yeah?
No.
But then you were
I'm
saying he
not
shouldn't
happy.
have been playing
I'm not
on
happy,
Saturday.
but
So
you-
which one is it?
No, I'm going by the
You see
statement
that?
that you made.
He said,
I never said
shouldn't
that.
have even been playing, but you were happy when he
He
did
shouldn't have
that,
been playing,
so-
but you were just saying that, you know, you don't want to see a Mr. Nice Guy and thing, but you was cussing off Tarkowski.
Yeah, but he's
It
actually
weren't
good.
me who said it.
Yeah, but Van
You
Dijk's
said it.
actually good and wins trophies. Tarkowski will never win a trophy in his career, so I know who I'd rather be.
Oh,
You get me? Anyway, should we get
Big up,
to
man.
some super chats?
Yeah, they want you to move on anyway. So
Yeah.
come on.
Cheers, Hass.
Come on.
Keep hearing experience is crucial, but Van Dijk has been dry dogged in. That's a mad word. In 3 games straight, and Robbo has factually cost us. Oh, so you're a Liverpool fan? Jesus. Has cost us 8 points with mistakes. Would be very spooky settings if Arsenal were any good. Says DSY.
Lucky they're not.
Big up. Suj, Arsenal fan, is a member as well, by the way. Big up, everyone. Hit the like. And Spurs. Who would have thought Spurs the only Big Six team to leave the weekend with a win? Top five.
Southampton
Top
don't
five
really
didn't
count,
win.
I wish I
don't
could play them.
count.
I wish I could play them every week. Found my level.
don't
Brennan
know
Johnson
what to-
found
I
his
don't even know
level
what to
as
say to
well.
that,
Big up
honestly.
Brennan.
11
let me
goals
watch
for the
it.
season now. BJ. Aminor.
Chill.
That's his initials.
Chill.
You sick individual. Flex. Is Glasner a better manager than
Ooh.
Ruben Amorim?
Good question.
In the Premier League, well, he's getting more out of his team. So in the Premier League,
That's
I don't
right.
know much about. I'll be honest. So let me know. Glasner, where was he before here?
He was at Frankfurt, wasn't he?
Has he won titles and stuff
I think, he was-
before?
Let me have a
I think
look.
he's won some.
And I'm
not
actually
titles.
not showing. I just want to know the
But
facts.
didn't he win? Didn't he win the Europa League with Frankfurt?
I think he might.
Is that who he won it with?
Yeah, he was at
was.
Frankfurt.
Yeah.
He did.
Did he win?
was
So he
at
won
Wolfs-
Europa League.
He did.
Yeah.
And he-
So
Yeah.
And he was
pedigree
at
wise,
Wolfsburg
Amorim's
before.
obviously brought back the glory days to Sporting after a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
Glasner, but listen, forget all that. Premier League in terms of coming into your team and getting more of a tune. Yeah, he's doing better than Amorim for sure.
Good question.
Honestly.
AGT,
Talk
if
about
you
your game.
what is this? AGT, if United win the Europa, would you accept Amorim is better than Slot?
No, he can't.
I'm not even
No, he
answering
can't
that.
be doing that.
Thomas Owen, how have Spurs got the second most goals in the league?
It's who we are, mate.
Do they actually though?
Is that facts?
If that's a fact.
People said that to me before, but I
Well, it's
don't
not like
actually-
it's not like we don't create chances.
To be
It's-
fair, they do have a plus 11 goal difference.
Yeah.
They're
We,
sitting in 16.
Yes, wow. So that just
think
shows
they
you they're
have.
top
I think
heavy.
they
Well, we're
have.
14.
It shows they don't give a crap
We're
about
14.
defending.
14.
We've
Well,
scored
exactly.
the most,
Yeah.
I think.
Spurs
Goals for
create
And we don't give a crap
for the
about
most
attacking,
part.
that's why we're minus.
Exactly. So
They're top 4 for goals scored. I don't know if they're.
No, I think they might be second.
They've got two more than
Spurs always
Yeah, yeah.
create.
That's
It's just the
mad.
problem is you can't defend.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Big up. Next up is Dragon. First off, F the refs in the EPL. Right, I agree. I think we'd all agree with that. Shouldn't have been a pen, and Arsenal should have won. Secondly, low pool. AGT stands for Arsenal gets title, and you know it. That is desperate, isn't it? It's quite sad, actually. I actually feel sorry for you that you and bare exclamation marks as well. Big up Dragon though. Big up to Tomiwa, who is now a member. Big up to Dan B, member
Big up.
as well. Why does Van D apostrophe asterisk D get away with every dirty tackle? You gotta-
Does
you
seem
gotta
to
do
get
it.
away. Does get away with a lot.
AGT is incredibly cringe. You can see the rest agree, says Michael Fagan. Big up to Mike. Big up.
Do you feel personally victimised by that super chat?
I can take it. Sport for
bet you
Ducks back because he'd never say that in person. Oh, I didn't
Oh,
realise
he
was
might.
that tall in person.
Oh.
No, 'cause that's what they say, isn't it?
Right,
They
yeah,
go,
but he might say it
"Oh,
also.
I
I
didn't-
think this of you.
I think you're
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
think
Say
you're
it to my face. It's all good. What is the hardest managerial job in English football? Says Peter Drury. Big
Man
up.
United.
Man United manager.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
100%.
Most pressure, yeah.
most pressure.
Chelsea, man.
AGT
Spurs
sausage
is-
Get sacked
in the
quick.
chat.
No one-
Like, no one
Mike
wants
Yeah,
is
you can,
low,
but-
cuz.
Terrible job.
Yeah, Man United's resources.
Terrible.
Are,
Michael Fagan gives me the address.
Definitely value that.
Anfield, Sunday, 4 o'clock.
Spurs.
See you there, mate.
Spurs is up there with being up.
Spurs is light work.
Next up, Arsenal.
When they're down there, everyone's meant
Yeah,
to be.
look
Whatever, man.
Next up,
Still-
Arsenal.
That man's still in the
You're
job.
not, like,
He's
when are
16.
Spurs going to return back? You don't have that pressure.
When are United going to return?
That's what I'm saying.
You know, before
Returning
this
back
game
to
week,
what
he
we
was
want.
When
already
are
ahead of
you
Wolves
gonna
in the
return?
free
You returning
relegated
back
It's
to
been 10 years,
what
bro.
is it?
It's been
When are they going to
10
return back to what they were with Poch, like getting the Champions League and that? That's it. It's not really.
It's been 10 years.
Mad how you've only
No.
ever
It's
had
been
one
10
good
years.
manager in your whole
That's-
club's history
Are you
as well.
talking to
though.
him?
No, him, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, you haven't. So Matt Busby, mate.
Yeah,
We talking
Matt
about
Busby.
What do you mean?
Arsenal.
Good one,
I was
Atkinson.
watching this one. Was that a penalty? Is the first question that I'm going to ask the panel.
No.
Absolutely not.
Obviously, I know your answer. I think it wasn't a pen. I'm not
What
gonna-
about Abby? Look at her face. Come on, lad.
She's going to be like, I can see why it was given.
In the
She was
The letter of the
fair.
law.
the letter of the
It
law
does make
would
contact.
say that it is. Is it soft? Yeah. Would I give it against my own team? No. But would I give it if I was reffing your game? Yes.
Wait, what letter of the law saying that it is?
What letter of law?
She don't
There
even
is
know.
a letter of the law. Just the ref said it was. So it was.
That's an
That's
AGT
it.
one. Well, it was given, wasn't it? So it was a pen. So
Yeah.
what we
They
all
said
talking
there
It
we
was
go.
about?
a pen. They
No.
gave it as a pen.
They obviously thought
It's
it was.
not a penalty. It's laughable.
What I'm not going
It's
to have
not a
though
pen.
is all the
It's
Arsenal
definitely
fans going, PGMO have got an agenda against Miles Lewis Skelly. No. He's just
Well, it starts to
inexperienced.
seem like it.
No,
There
the
is-
PGMOL
there
are
is no
just crap
agenda
across the
against
board
MLS.
for everybody.
Listen, there
There
is
is
no
no
agenda against Arsenal.
Yeah,
right?
it's just
They're just
everywhere.
useless.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
They're rubbish.
And we
man.
can all agree on
I
that.
said it this morning, right? I go, if Howard Webb at the end of the season had to
You'll
mark
probably get a bonus.
the
as well, you know.
performance of the referees this season out of 10, I would be interested to
-2.
know what it would be.
Yeah, but he's not honest.
gonna be honest
They're
with
not
that.
honest
He's
about the
protecting his
referee's
mates, though,
performances
isn't he?
anyway.
Well,
So it's kind of pointless to
and
ask him.
because he's not honest about the performances, why they continue to be terrible
Yeah.
week in,
Do you
week
know what would
out.
be a better idea? If it wasn't Howard Webb, if you got a ref, the best ref in like across all the leagues, to go and review the decisions
Yeah.
that have been made in the Premier
They'd
League,
laugh.
like as an independent
Yeah.
invigilator style thing, I'd be interested to see what other referees in their respective countries would rate the
They'd be
decisions.
laughing at us.
I listen, just
I agree.
How are
The
these
worst
lot
rating.
getting paid 10 times
Has
more than
like-
me? And I'm getting
AI is getting
decisions
more
right
advanced
every week.
nowadays, as I said
They
it on
should do that.
Saturday.
AI refs.
Let's bring that in, man, and
Grok
get
refs.
rid of
Well, we're
these
getting
man,
automated
like,
offsides.
Finally.
Yeah,
So we're getting there.
automated everything.
Yeah.
Automated VAR, automated. I don't want to see them.
Oh,
right? Because
just no
I've had
referee on the
enough.
pitch, robot.
Now I've had enough of them this season.
I mean,
like,
honestly-
it's
Spider
too
cam.
many now.
It's
It's
too
too
many.
many.
Spider
Every
cam can be
week,
the ref.
Yeah.
every single game, these referees are involved.
I'm also not being
It's-
funny. If you have a look at our game the other night, the amount of stoppage time there was.
Yeah, that
and
was
how long
crazy
it
as
took.
well.
Yesterday in our game, they were checking this offside. It must have been about, I think it ended up being about 4 or 5 minutes they were checking this offside. If you can't draw the lines, if you can't tell if it is or it isn't,
not a hard
let
job,
it go.
is it?
Like it's not a hard job. It's just not a hard job to sit there in a little porter cabin and do it. If you
The one-
can't do
the
it,
one-
then
the
just
one-
get the
in
In
automated
Bulgaria,
thing
they were
in.
doing
one-
bets in the
Yeah,
in
mad.
the
Man's got a bet
PGMO room.
365 room.
The one with
That's wild,
Lewis
that.
Skelly on Saturday, right? Harrison even tries to get up and play on.
Yeah.
He's not even.
He's not looking
you
for it.
can't
It's not even
even. The
appealing.
player's not even looking for it. He's
No.
trying to get up and play on.
They're both
And then
going
out-
at each other, though, aren't they?
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
allowed to get across a player
Yeah, of
when you're a
course.
defender.
It's a
And I'm
contact
like, out
sport.
of nowhere, this guy goes and blows his whistle. And then the worst thing about it is that once he's done that, you know
He ain't
that these
overturning it.
fools there
Not overturning it.
in the thing are not going to overturn it, right? And honestly, how can we just be seeing this week in, week out? It was supposed to be the best league in the world, right? And every single week, it's the same thing.
Can you imagine if? I mean, obviously,
it's ridiculous, man.
they're getting away with it now because the results are kind of irrelevant. But if this happened on like the final day, do you remember when we had like Man City versus Man United for the title, and say like they make a decision like that bad
And it has that
on
impact.
game week
Yeah, it's
38
crazy.
and it decides a title?
Sick and tired of talking about it as well. I was saying
Yeah,
they're trying to
it's boring,
like
man.
over sanitize the game. They're trying to just cleanse our game. Like it's a physical game. There's a lot of contact in the game, especially what we promote that in this league. This is what the league is renowned for. And even Bruno Fernandes was saying it like that, like because they were saying like, oh, it wasn't much fouls and lots of like phys-. And he was like, the game's changed. Like even in these derbies, you can't even really be going in on man like that. It's all changed. Like VAR's just there. They'll just do it. Yeah.
Well, Gary Neville said it, isn't it? He said in his
It's crap.
post-match analysis, he was like, "It's just stale. It's gone bland, boring.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Like
there."
football has
like,
as well.
Yeah,
but
football has.
It's true because you can't. If you celebrate now, you mimic someone's celebration.
Yeah.
It gets analysed for a week. You can't go in on tackles. There's no individual brilliance anymore. You're not seeing any real long rangers. You're not seeing any free kicks. No
Can't
one's
celebrate a goal in
No,
case
you
it
can't
gets ruled
celebrate a
out.
goal. They might pause your
Can't take your
celebration.
shirt off.
Can't take your shirt off.
Can't go in the crowd.
Can't go in the
high-five
crowd.
the crowd with a goal,
Can't do
nothing.
nothing.
It's mad. And also, like,
Ravanelli.
what
Can't do that.
I don't get is that I personally feel like, and I think all of us feel the same, that VAR has completely ruined football. Right?
I think the referees
didn't need to
have,
as
the
well.
No,
referees
it
have ruined
didn't need
because
to because
referees
it's
are
still got the
incompetent.
individual element in it. But if, like last summer when they did that whole like kind of vote on it, I don't understand why clubs other than Wolves that said that they didn't want it. Why did all
Yeah,
the
so
other
Gary O'Neill was
clubs?
going, man.
Yeah, but why did all the
Yeah, but
other
then
clubs do that?
Abby, imagine them without VAR. They'd be even worse.
Yeah.
They're just, it's
Yeah,
not.
but
It's
you
not.
go back 10
the
years
It's
people
ago.
not. It's
using
the
VAR.
guys behind it. It's
Yeah.
the guys using it because
VAR
on
will
Saturday,
help us.
then he would have just given that penalty. We wouldn't even had a VAR. But
I know,
the fact that
but-
you got VAR,
And you still got it wrong.
right, they should be saying to him, "Yo, go and check that, man. That's not a penalty."
Yeah, that's the thing. They're
And
not
you've got this
because it's
stup-
all the mates rates thing. They're not going in on each other saying,
Yeah,
"Bro,
so
like, if that's
basically-
you, AGT. I'm gonna cuss and say, bro, look at this idiot thing you just done. Reverse that."
Are you guys not
Innit?
clocking?
Just
I'll be
just
like,
say
"Did
that.
I?"
Yo, listen,
Yeah.
listen,
Alright,
listen,
cool, I
listen.
realise.
This is where I'm saying
Think
Howard
about that,
Webb.
yeah.
Are you guys not clocking what's going on this season, right? It's not VAR.
No.
It's
The
the
individual.
guy who's in charge of it said this season, what we're going to do, right, is if there's an error on there, unless it's, he says it's clear and obvious, but basically what he's saying, unless it's absolutely, we're raising the bar so high that you're not going to overturn hardly any of those things. So what we're seeing week in, week out is we're seeing things that are obvious, like the one the other night, the Tarkowski. Every single I'm at home, I'm watching that game, right?
It's a stone
I don't
One
want.
look.
I don't
One
want.
look.
Listen, I don't want Liverpool to win that game, obviously. But
One
ask my daughter. The two of us are watching the game. I said, soon as I saw the replay, I'm like, I go,
He's in
listen,
trouble.
man, he's out, he's gone. I go,
Yeah.
you can see from his face, he's done that deliberately, gone through the
Teeth
player,
like-
and you can see, and then he's looking forward like that because he's trying to make, he's out, he's finished,
Yeah.
right? And for them to not overturn that, you're like, what? Because they've been instructed. It's been set so high. At the start of the season, they were instructed. If someone delays a restart, yellow,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then they realised after a while that, hey, if we actually carry this out, after they saw the Declan
players
Rice
are
thing
gonna be
and
suspended.
the one with Trossard,
There'll be
everything,
no
they
players.
go, every week, man, we're going to be sending off
Yeah, happened
players.
to Martinelli as
So
well.
what we're going to do is we're going to just quietly just sideline that. They do it every year, right? So again, that's a Howard Webb initiative.
It's what they used
It's
to do
not
with the
they're
handball.
not doing it in Italy.
handball
They
thing.
weren't doing it in Spain. They weren't doing it in France. It was an initiative here to try and speed it, according to them, to speed up the game. They've dumped that, right? They brief the press, right? Because they meet with him all the time. They're obviously saying to me, guys, you're going in a bit hard on us, man. Remember the other day when they came out and said about all the death threats and they're briefing the thing. You got the whole debacle around David Coote, right? Or that David Coote thing, right? Why is it there's been no investigation to find out if he was compromised? Who had that information?
We know he was.
No,
We can say.
no. Listen, right? He's come out and he said, right, that he was taking coke and all that, and he said that he'd lost his head. And these are not me making that. We don't even have to
he
say
said it's a fact.
we don't even have to say alleged anymore, right? He came out and said all these things, and then he said he then
And he
made the
came out as
revelation.
well.
Made the revelation. He came out, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. He's come out, right? But I think there should be a further investigation as to find out who else knew those things that may have compromised him in a game.
Yeah, and let
Has
him
that
carry
been
on
cleared up?
under
Do
the
we
I
know?
said this so early. I said,
Right.
people must
So-
have known that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this
Because that
season,
video was so old that people knew about it.
Well, your colleagues
That's
would
a
have known
2-year-old
about
video.
that. Like I would assume that your other ref friends.
Of course.
And they're hiding
Yeah,
it.
and-
He's not going to keep all of that to himself.
the one with Lewis Skelly, right? In the game against Wolves.
Oh, the clear yellow card.
Clear that he shouldn't have been
And
sent
I've
off,
looked
right?
at it and gone,
But
yeah,
you know
no,
what's
it's meant that.
Tactical
yeah,
foul.
Yeah.
right?
Great
No
But
one-
one.
there's two things that are bad about it. There's two things that are bad about that. First of all, that VAR didn't, stuck with it on field. But all right, they've made a mistake thing. But even after that, they tried to double down and carry on like it weren't a mistake. It had to be an independent.
But this has been going on for
had to
years.
be an independent panel who come and say, "Yo, hey, what are you not dealing with?"
This
Man?
be-
That's
they have to
to
they-
reverse the guy's thing.
They have to apologise every couple of weeks. Remember the goal that you scored at Tottenham? We had the hair
How could
pull
we
at Stamford
forget?
Bridge. You were joking about that for the time, but look how mad that. How can a man's hair be
card against
dragged down in
Bruno.
the box and there's no free kick?
Slipped
And you've
over.
got
Goal
VAR.
just goes on.
And you've got
Like-
because these guys are
They're
human.
trying
This
to
is
help
this
us out.
this is
No,
the thing.
it's the same for
This is the thing. What I'm
everyone.
saying,
That's why it's the same
right?
for
Let's not
everyone.
forget,
We can
right?
all
Remember
agree on
Wolves?
being
Wolves
on
were
the same
getting
team.
at the start of the
Yeah.
season. I think last year
Referees-
Wolves were just getting slapped up.
referees
Yeah,
are
on the
human
worst,
beings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gary only had it
They're
tough.
human beings, referees. They can make mistakes, right? It's a hard job. I go and watch grassroots football. You see it from even that level. It's a tough
wouldn't
job.
wanna do it.
Sometimes
No
they get
chance.
abused. It's tough. But now you've brought in something to help these guys,
Yeah.
right? There's
should be no
It
excuse.
should be no shame when something gets overturned on. They're a human.
You'll just be
So
doing your
if
job.
if on Saturday, right, they say to him, yeah, go and have a look at that again, man, because we think that there's no shame
Is
in
it
that.
egos as well?
They don't
Yeah,
want.
Yeah,
No, no,
egos,
no,
yeah,
big time,
yeah.
big
Even the
time.
Dorgu one on Hutchinson, if happened really quickly, the ball went out for a throw, so you didn't really see what happened. Then as soon as the replay went, I went, oof, well, he's off. And he was, rightly so. It's no different to like the Tarkowski. Tarkowski one's worse. But like it's a clear
But that's
and
so
obvious.
clear and so obvious.
And Ange, but you know what? Ange, I know he's been saying some madness.
but he was right in
But
that.
he
He was
actually
right.
was right when he's going.
He was
If
right.
it takes 12 minutes to look at something, or
shows you it's
however
not
long,
working.
is that clear and obvious?
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah,
If
that
we're
was
all looking
crazy.
at it going, oh man,
Well, it's
wait,
not.
wait, run it back. Wait. Oh shit, go again.
Yep.
Wait.
Show me another angle, show me
Like
another
you're
angle.
just now you're getting into when you go past like a minute or two.
Absolutely.
You're now looking into the bit of we better find
Yeah.
something. We
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
this
Do you
game.
know why? Because
We
clear-
better leave. We can't just go.
We gotta leave with
actually,
something.
No, we got to leave with
But,
something.
but that's
Yeah.
exactly it. Clear and
It's
obvious
crazy.
should be you look at it once, maximum twice.
Yes.
Let's say
You
3
should not
times
be
tops.
sitting here.
3 times tops.
You see one angle, one angle,
yeah.
done. Like that's it.
And everyone
you
agrees
should,
that's
done.
you should not be sitting there 6, 7, 8 minutes later now looking for something because they've told you there's something. So it's now like what is it like? Where's Wally? I've
Yeah.
now got to try and spot.
Yeah.
or spot what's
protect
going on
my
here.
mate.
So now protect my mates who have said, no, you've done something wrong. But I don't actually see, as the referee who's meant to be refereeing this game on the pitch, I don't see what I've done wrong here. So I'm just going to go with your decision. I've watched it for 8 minutes.
And
I could have just watched the
But it
YouTube
all comes
clip.
from the
Right.
top.
That's right about the phone
It
thing
all
as
comes from the
He was
top
right.
because Howard Webb has defended
Don't
so
copy
many
anything.
obvious and abhorrent mistakes. I liked your way of thinking, Flex. You know, if like I was the ref and I've made a howler and you go, bro, you better switch that up because you've made a howler. I wouldn't go, so like.
Yeah, you
protect me.
reminded me, Flex.
I'd be
What are you trying
like,
to
I'd be
say?
like, have I?
Yeah.
Didn't see it. My bad.
If it's your mate,
Sorry.
look after them and make sure they get to the right decision, because when your mate has to take all the flack and listen, death threats, all these awful things, awful, they have no place in football. But
Help him out.
they stem from.
Help.
If I
There
know
to
that's
help.
what's on the other side,
Not
where you're not going to
embarrassed.
be able to go out and go to the bakery to get a donut, I'm going to be like, bro, I need you to know that this is that I can't let you go
Yes,
out like that. I'm not letting you make that mistake.
They got to do something
Get it.
about this next season, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's too late for this. We've lost a lot of points, Arsenal, through bad refereeing decisions. I'm not saying it's only us. Other teams have as well, but we've lost a lot of points through bad decisions
One-
this season.
one
and-
thing,
and
though-
it's just been so. And every week, you're so inconsistent.
Yeah. One thing with Arsenal, though, yes, there's obviously been some awful refereeing decisions, but that's 11 draws for the season. That's the second most in the league now. That's a damning stat.
If you
But
cannot
we
win,
said, but we did say
Don't
on the
lose.
game before, it was like 1-1.
1-1
Real
written
Madrid
all over
thing,
it.
you changed up
Yeah.
the
We
team
made a
bit.
load of changes, to
Yeah,
be fair.
you
We
can tell.
changed.
It's all about, was it
Yeah,
tomorrow?
we
Was it Wednesday?
tomorrow.
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 Yeah,
We-
It's
we-
all about tomorrow.
We made about. We made so many. What are you
wait
rubbing
for
your hands for?
Because it's a big
hospitality, man.
spectacle.
You just
I
want us
can't
to
wait
lose.
for
you know it's a big
I wanna
spectacle.
go
He
there.
just wants us to lose.
I've been seeing Real Madrid previews since last week.
We say, can we get hospitality? we getting a little
Hospitality.
Google box or something. Just go watch that as a neutral, man. Or not neutral, Hala Madrid.
What,
You just
neutral?
go there, yeah.
Hala
What's that?
Madrid. You know what I'm saying?
that?
Any hospitality tickets, sort of thing.
Bro, you better get like a 10 grand out your pocket, man. The amount
Bruh.
of- everybody wants to go.
I
out
mean,
there.
consort us.
10
Look,
bags.
Look.
Everybody.
Look at her face.
You got the link,
That's what I'm
haven't
saying,
you?
you got the link,
come
man.
Everybody
What,
wants to
the
go
plug
to that
in
game.
It's a little food and that.
She can get us Arsenal tickets.
Yo,
not
man,
Spurs,
come
but she
in
the
can get
neutral
us
section,
Arsenal.
Yo, Google
I wear a
Pixel,
suit
what are you
every
saying?
day, man.
What's Google Pixel
Come on,
saying?
man.
Hey, you know,
Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid. How many times? 16 now.
Magic
What we got?
eraser and that.
hey, bro, listen, right? Everybody, I keep saying,
Pixel, man.
everyone's written us off,
Box
man.
is
We
full,
got a
mate.
chance in that game.
Box is full.
We got a chance in that game, man.
Yeah, and obviously Madrid lost at the weekend.
They lost
Got
at
a
the
chance.
weekend.
Yeah, I've got a
Valencia.
chance.
They lost at the weekend.
Chance,
That's
them
what we
have
want
it.
you to think.
So
That-
any
we
more
want
on the
the
Arsenal
Carpet.
game?
You got a chance.
Nice
mate.
goal from
Carpet.
Trossard.
It's a great goal by Troy. You see, there's nothing else to talk
the
about because the
carpet.
referee just ruined the game.
Move on.
Well, one thing I'd like to talk about before we move on: Raya's positioning for his penalties.
You know what it is? That's short man
doing
syndrome.
like-
He's-
You know,
That's
on the
short
wing,
man syndrome.
Rubbish.
He don't trust.
when they dive before you've even taken it.
He don't
You're like,
trust
"Bro,
his
what are you
reach.
doing? I'll just
He don't
pass it
trust his
now."
reach. Trust me.
He's a terrible
It's
coach.
that
penalty,
about?
I don't
Because
know.
he's a short keeper. He don't
He's
trust his
diving
reach.
as they're
He
doing
done the same
run-up.
thing in our shootout. He's just moving. What?
Yeah, he's just a weird.
Bruno's
weird.
one.
Do you
Bruno's
think
like,
that's a
alright,
height
sweet.
thing?
I'll just
Yeah.
whack
Do
it
you think
there.
that is
Is it a
purely
height
height-
thing?
Is it a height
Is it a height
It's a height thing.
Is that a height
It's a
Is it a
height
height
thing.
You know
Robin?
what? The funny thing is, you say about height though, right?
This show is
I
goated.
think that guy's one of the best keepers at claiming the ball
He is,
Yeah.
in the league. So I don't know what it is. It shouldn't be a height thing.
Can't save a
But
penalty.
his penalty saves.
Is it a reaction thing?
I used to be like when we had Leno as well. He never saved
No,
any
that is
penalties.
honestly out of the whole season. That's
Never
my
had a
actual
great
favourite
penalty
moment in that
saver.
clip.
have you?
we don't
Someone's
have
got a meme that, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like someone's
is so
putting the
good.
ball down on the spot and it's just Raya's already gone.
Pass the post, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing past the
Man's
post, bro?
diving out of the goal.
Like, you can't save it, but don't class as a save.
See,
It
what
class
it
as
is,
off
right?
target, bro. If they shoot there,
Psychology. You do it deliberately, right? So that when Real Madrid, if there's a penalty shootout,
Nah,
you think,
don't
oh,
try this one, bro.
It's crazy.
reverse psychology.
It's crazy.
Anyway, moving on. Manchester United we're talking about.
God,
Yeah,
Move on.
moving on.
Yeah,
Move on.
Moving on,
as well.
moving
that
on.
was so
Gary Neville,
boring.
the
Kevin De
slammed.
Bruyne testimonial.
We'll speak about KDB.
All be
'cause-
nice for Kevin De Bruyne and give a nice little send off
Yeah,
of
yeah,
a nice game
We'll speak about
down
that
the park
because I
on
want
a
to
Sunday in the
talk.
sun.
I want to
It
talk
was,
about
it was
where
like
he
Community
ranks.
Shield. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was
Testimonial
so
vibes,
I
man.
want to talk about
boring.
where he ranks, but let's talk about the game. Gary Neville slammed both teams, saying it was boring. There was no needle in it. They're happy to have a draw. They're all hugging and kissing after. It looks like Sunday afternoon, and they're going to go for roast dinner together now. That's what he said.
Yeah.
You were at the game.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, because when you go into a stadium for a derby, I did it on Wednesday. You feel that extra like shit. It's
Yeah,
a
everyone was
derby.
singing, yeah.
You're fighting against people from 2 miles down the road verbally.
160
Why
for me.
was the needle not there? I mean, it's quite obvious why it wasn't there, but why a Manchester derby and they're all going for roast and that?
Do you know what it is? It's City being at an awful level Like, I haven't seen City this bad in so long.
they're
Where,
poor.
like, I'll talk about my own team in a minute. I'm gonna cuss my team, don't get, but just
Yeah,
on City,
you must.
Like, I'm looking at every single one of the players when they're on the ball. I'm like, I ain't scared. Like, because we've all
Especially with no
played City
Haaland as well.
We all know what City are on exactly. Like, even when he has been there recently, I'm just looking at him like Bernardo Silva's got the ball. I'm like, he ain't doing nothing. De Bruyne is picking it up on the half turn. He's trying. I'm going, no, it ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean, Foden, Gundogan. I'm looking at all the man. I'm like, bro, they're not gonna do anything. Do you know what I mean? So then I was getting more annoyed because I was like, if we could even raise our percentage by 5%
You had
of
one
quality,
good forward.
yeah, just one. Just one. You know what I mean? Bruno.
I thought Bruno had a
Bruno
very
has
good
to.
game.
This is what I mean. Yeah.
Good performance.
This, bro.
Very good. Very good.
Listen, shout out.
I thought
Mawa.
he was KDB.
But bro, shout out Mao. I see him on FC.
Yeah.
He said, "Listen, I have to say now. I have to understand. He ain't changed. I have that. This Bruno's been doing this. He's Man United's
Since
best
he
player
joined.
since he's joined.
5
He's a
years.
quality player. And actually, ironically, when we've asked him to play deeper and go do different things, man's dictating a game, little half turns, little megs. He's doing everything. If he could pass to himself, and there was like 10 more Brunos out there, would be a decent team.
I actually thought you played pretty well. You just didn't have the quality in the final
no
third.
attacking
Like
quality.
Garnacho.
It's laughable.
Oh yeah, gone.
For 15
When I see us
seconds,
attack,
you could have got a pen.
and this is why I'm going to get to my team. The same way I was cussing City, yeah, but just at where they are at the moment, because they're not normally like this.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at my team, every attack we had, yeah, normally off the edge. Come on, this is the one. Pretty much every attack, I'm like,
Decisions.
we're not gonna
Dorgu was
score.
bad.
Dorgu, he's got raw attributes where he's physical, he's quick. Defensively, he didn't have to do anything because Foden's not going to run you down the line, is he? But not him and Bernardo Silva switching over in that inside. All you got to do is just be there. They'll play in front of you. So that was easy. But going the other way, and this is such a big part of Amorim's system. We only play with 3 out-and-out attackers, yeah? The 2 10s and the one up front.
Yeah.
So your wing backs, when we have it, they're your
That's the
wingers. They
five.
have to be attackers. And when you look at Dalot Dorgu,
Have you tried to do brain surgery there with that Dorgu signing when you could have just... There's so many left backs at home. There's so many left backs in the Premier League.
So many.
I'm not writing the kid off because he's like
no,
20.
you gotta wait. He's
I'm
come
not writing him
halfway
off,
through
but
the season,
there's
but the initial
Out-Norries, there's
signs-
Kirkez's, there's Robinsons at Fulham. There's
it's
so
because we've
many...
got so many things to have to go after. I don't know. You're right. Maybe they're trying to
Kirkez is
over.
expensive.
But
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
obviously a
40.
reason. But that's an Amorim signing.
Yes, Amorim signed.
So
Listen, they've gone and
There's
got him.
obviously a
Yeah.
reason for that. I thought Bruno again was by far the best player on the pitch, and like what you said, they were just missing some form of actual quality United. But
Yeah.
I thought you
it
could
was
have had a penalty
boring.
in the first 20
It was
seconds.
boring.
Yeah, it was just on the line. Like obviously,
If
where I
it's
was
on the
sitting,
line,
it was only
though, it's a
afterwards when I saw it, it looked closer. I was like, oh, his foot's. I don't know.
How did
Then
they
there
get
was.
opened up like that in the first 20 seconds?
So I mean, City are
It's happened
rubbish.
quite a few
You were opening up. You were opening them up for fun.
Easy. And all we
at
were doing
times.
was just sit back. That's why I was
Yeah.
looking at. I was looking at Kovacic.
Sit back and break.
Yeah, you ain't gonna thread a ball through the. Not gonna do nothing. You got Casemiro and Ugarte in front of there, which Ugarte is just extremely limited. He can't pass, but he can
Hoover.
just do the nasty. Like against Arsenal.
Imagine
in that type of game
500
away,
grand a week and you
he
can't
done really good.
pass.
100 grand a week.
500 grand a week and you can't pass.
He ain't on 500 grand.
What is
a
he
week.
on?
Ugarte.
Ugarte.
Yeah,
No,
great.
no,
Casemiro's
Casemiro.
on
You said he's limited.
No, I said Ugarte. Mate, Casemiro's playing all right now.
Oh.
Casemiro's doing all right.
well,
What's-
Keep
Keep him on.
Where are you at
Don't keep
with
him on.
Garnacho?
Again,
We're not
end
coming back
product,
for a
man.
bid. I'm sorry. We're not coming back.
You probably will.
We better not come
You
back.
probably will. Between you and Napoli.
Spend that money on Kelleher.
But, like-
do you know what it is? I said
must.
as well, after how bad he was against Forest, I was like, against this team, against City, he's going to have to play again because he's the only one in the team because Ahmad's injured and you let Rashford go, you let Anthony go, rightly so. He's the only one who can run that way and engage defences and make defences think, crap, shit, we've got to run back. But his decision making is just woeful. Again, when he picks up the ball, I have no confidence that he's going to find the right pass, make the right shot, stand, freeze the game. Like the end decision.
But in his
it's not
defence,
there.
do you not think that this is a little bit of a confidence thing? Like when you think about how good he was, maybe like last season for you, and like moments like that. Obviously, playing at United, it's so tumultuous to say the least.
Good word.
And
Great
thank you, word of the day.
Good for you.
And what I would say is like results obviously haven't been going your way for the most part, even since Amorim's come in. Do you not think that he's still so young? There still is a player.
Would you take him at
Their
Tottenham?
player was would I take
You've
him
got
at
too many similar
Tottenham?
players,
Yeah, yeah. But I wouldn't like.
Odegaard is probably as
I wouldn't necessarily say
promising as him.
no, but I would say I wouldn't say no, but
Is he
I
better than
feel
Brennan Johnson?
like yeah.
Is he?
I don't know.
Brennan
Actually,
Johnson scored a
The-
lot of
yeah,
goals this
sorry,
season.
the one thing I would say about Brennan is finishing wise, he's definitely better than Garnacho. But
It's just
I
decision
think
making. The kid's got
yeah.
ability. But you're
I
right.
think Brennan
There's too
is
much pressure on him, and the fact that we
Brennan
actually
is,
have
Brennan
to
is better
rely
in front
on
of
him.
goal,
Your
but,
story made me
but
laugh
doing anything
yesterday,
else other it sounds a weird thing to say, but
Cinder.
doing anything else other than putting the ball in the back of the net, Brennan can't do.
The fact
whereas
that you have to
Garnacho
rely
maybe
on
does
him
more.
as the only sole outlet to actually.
But that's
get
not
at-
his fault.
That's what I'm saying. That there lies the problem. You've got
Rasmus,
Højlund up front
wait.
who can't do nothing.
Squirtsy.
Yeah. So now now Højlund's doing the opposite. Now he won't. Now this guy won't do what he actually can do, which is run that way.
He doesn't want the chances.
Now we don't. Now we don't want to run.
don't want
Be
the
honest,
chances.
because I'm looking at
Confidence
City. Yeah, I'm
thing.
going. Look how high their line is. Look how rubbish they are. Someone just
Run
put
out
the
of
ball
that,
in
man.
there and run that way, please. And then when we did that a couple of times, play off the second ball, basic Sunday league thing, get them turned. One of the most basic sayings in football there is.
Shirt numbers running back towards their own goal.
100%. It's just so easy. Get up forward, play off second ball. So the fact that he won't do that now, he's just looking at the ball. He turns around, he looks at the centre half, and the ball's in midair, and just goes for the headbutt thing to just be all messy and just try and.
Not
Just
polished,
that's what he
yeah.
does. It's just not, that's what he does,
But
bro.
do
He
you-
puts
do you-
his head into the chest of
do you still
Gavardio or
think-
Diaz. It's just
Do
messy
you still think
crap.
there's a player in there?
No,
You don't.
not Højlund. Nah,
No, sorry, not Højlund.
Oh.
I'm still talking about Garnacho. There's
Garnacho.
no player in Højlund.
not in this system. No, I still think he's always gonna because
in?
you know what it is with him. He has to be high and wide and just see the goal that way. Asking him to be from inside to out in this system, I don't believe he's ever going to grasp to that. He's always and then, but guess what will happen though? This is what will happen. The same way Rashford's doing what he's doing at Villa, the same way Anthony's looking, some
Decent
intensity
at Betis,
because
yeah.
the game will be simplified. People are saying about Elanga this season, Garnacho's got around the same goals and assists as Elanga.
Yeah, but performance level is
But
much
because
higher
why?
than
Because when you say that though, all you're doing with Elanga is saying, "Listen, bro, you're rapid. We're gonna sit in there. There's the grass. Just run over there."
Play it in behind. For
If you try to get Elanga to come play at inside 10 for United in this system now, you
Yeah,
think
it
you'd
wouldn't
fall
work.
over his feet?
Yeah, maybe-
Do you know what I mean?
wouldn't
Because you
work.
could go that
know-
way. The
I
game's
still don't get
suited
why you
for
got
him.
rid
You know, I was looking at a game yesterday,
right,
right?
no,
I was looking at a game yesterday. I'm starting to.
Yeah, but that's the problem. When we replace, sorry, just quickly, that's the point, Abs, you're right. What Man United's problem is, it's not necessarily moving on from said players. It's who you replace them with. Like McTominay now, you go and he gets goals. Tell you what, why'd you let go of him? But everyone on this panel, when Anthony was here, when all these players were here, you all say, nah, man. Nah, no, as soon as they go, they have to come back to Man United. No, it's because we're replacing them, like you say, with a Xerxes, with a Højlund, with a out of form Garnacho and saying he's the guy. It's the recruitment.
I just wanted to say, City was so
Awful.
bad, dreadful. I couldn't believe it. I was watching, and I started to think to myself, he's the greatest Premier League manager of all time, Pep. But do you reckon maybe he should be, like with Arsene Wenger when it was kind of like, all right, and obviously where you just say you kind of.
But Arsene Wenger was like
Wenger went way too long. But
way
I'm just
too
saying,
long.
I'm just looking at Pep and going, do you reckon maybe he needs a new challenge, or do you think
You've
next?
got to give him the shot of the
Do you-
rebuild. Let's see what
Yeah,
next
you
No,
gotta
no.
give-
Or
yeah.
do you think next season he's going to come back refreshed? Because
I think he'll come back. I think he'll come back remotivated
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Probably the latter.
he's been embarrassed a bit this season. They were going on runs where they had like 1 win in 10, 1 win in 11. So he's not going to take this lightly. I think as long as
That
look,
rebuild's
obviously,
big, you know.
it's
Yeah,
a big
remember,
rebuild.
they-
They need
they-
like you said, 7
100
players.
million of it in January.
they already
you
went
started.
big in January,
Yeah.
didn't they? And those players they bought in January, apart from Mamouche,
Where was Gonzalez yesterday? Why did he not play?
he didn't even play, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But they need 7 players. You said 7 players. Goalkeeper. I think Edison's going to be looking at pastures new. The midfield is completely
Nah, it's
cooked.
done. No, that is cooked.
midfield
The Rodri-
needs
Our
a
midfield, I think, was better
revolution.
than that. I think
That
our midfield was
midfield
better
needs a
than-
revolution. It needs like 3 new midfielders to come in there.
Rodri will come back.
Rodri will come back. Gonzalez is there, but
who's he gonna be
Gundogan.
playing
Remember how
with?
scared I used to be of
Kevin De
Gundogan?
Bruyne, Bernardo,
Gundogan
they all
arriving
need
late.
to-
they all need
Bernardo
to go.
Silva on the ball. I'm like, I can't get
But-
off
but
him.
man,
I used to
oh,
be
like,
so
it's not
scared
crazy.
of De Bruyne. Just looks a bit like
It's crazy
I
how
can't, like there's no thrust.
crazy
there's no
our
flat
age can
Even
just
the
catch
wingers.
up on you.
The
innit?
wingers are
Like,
nothing
catch up
special.
on you.
He didn't even play with
I
any
like
natural wingers
Savinho,
yesterday.
but Doku, I don't really think
Bottle of
Doku is
fizzy
all
pop,
that.
mate.
I think he's
And Grealish.
I think he's set maximum. And then you got Grealish. Grealish needs to drop down the
Big
league.
overhaul. Big overhaul.
Find-
Speaking of
find a
the
new
Man
home.
City midfield, I wanted to ask this question. We learned earlier in the week, Robbie did a video on it. KDB announcing that he's leaving Man City. We'd like to ask you at home, where do you think he ranks in terms of the greatest Premier League midfielders of all time? Let me give you some stats. I actually did my top 6 on Twitter the other day. I don't know if you'd agree or not, but he's got 6 Prems, a treble, 70 goals, 118 assists. He's currently got 9, I think. 2 Player of the Season awards, 3 Playmaker awards, 0 Player of the Month awards across 10 years, which is very strange.
crazy. Really?
Crazy.
130.
Fraud.
Yeah, innit?
So, for me personally, and we can go around and do our little top 5s and that, For
Show
me
us your
personally,
medals, mate.
I think
Look at that.
I
Look
think
at
he's
his
in the top
medals.
5 best Premier League midfielders of all time, and I'd have him up there with, I think, Gerrard in terms of all round is number 1. I'd go Lampard. I'd go Vieira.
Yeah.
Yaya Touré's there. I'd go.
I put him top 5. I put him top
Scholes.
3. I think I put him top 3.
All right, Richard.
But he's like.
All right.
For me,
Mine.
he's
I think-
5th or
who are you
6th for
waiting
me.
I didn't hear who you said.
Skulls, mate.
Oh, sorry.
What's going on
Yeah.
there?
For me, he's 5th or 6th.
Any
I
higher than
put him top 3 of Lampard and Gerrard.
He's higher than
Really?
that. He's higher
Yeah.
than 5th or 6th.
Lampard.
Yep.
He's definitely.
He's higher than 5th or 6th.
Lampard's,
Look at his record.
Lampard's always third to Scholes and Gerrard as a default.
Maybe in your
and
world.
then you add De
not,
Bruyne.
not in the worlds I'm running.
Not in the Chelsea world,
Not
obviously.
in the worlds I'm running in. Don't know about
let's
that.
be
You know
serious
what I
here.
mean?
Well, it depends.
Let's
When I
really talk
chat
about
to
this
when I
thing
chat to
properly.
Liverpool fans, they're very happy to have Lampard and Gerrard in top 3, but they don't really chat to me about scores too much.
Yeah, well, because they're Liverpool fans, mate. I wonder why.
I'll tell you one thing, right? I'll
No,
tell you
but
one
as
thing.
time's gone on, Scholes is like.
Yeah, Scholes
a few
is
good
clips
for
have
them.
come
Yeah,
out.
but he's
Good for
He's chopping
them.
a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Watching-
Scholes, big,
Yo.
bad man.
Watching a player
Quite
in the
small in
flesh,
real life.
that
toenail
guy,
gate. You know what I mean?
The quality
Because of his
of it,
punditry, that's why.
innit? The quality
And sucking
of
toes and stuff.
Kevin De Bruyne.
All right.
No, we'll
It's a
move on.
family show.
Go on.
It's a family
You know,
show.
I'm saying the quality of the Kevin De Bruyne is more
On his
than-
day.
Like the quality that he possesses in his passing, and he's unbelievable, man.
When would you say his prime
He's not
was?
5 or 6.
2018?
I think he's about third. He's about third. He's up there, and look at what all he's won. He's unreal.
Because of long, like, he's
The
10
longevity
years
of it.
sheer top.
But let's be honest, the
Class.
last 18 months to 2 years, he's been injured a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously, he won the league last year.
And then I even heard the commentator saying that even though this season, when he ain't even been that good, his stats are still second.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
It's crazy.
He's unbelievable. This
think-
is,
I think top- I think
it's
top
really
three.
hard to
Top three.
compare
Top three
eras,
for me.
man.
It is.
It's honestly, I hate these type of conversations.
But he
'cause-
playing any era.
yeah, absolutely.
Any era he'd be. any
But
era.
it would be interesting to see him play in a different era when he doesn't. And look, I'm just going to sound like the old guy here, but football has changed.
When the game's less
like,
technical. do you
100%.
think?
Right, back when like some of the
You get kicked.
top centre half, central midfielders are playing, you don't get to pick what type of midfielder you are. I am just attacking. I let Rodri just screen
you've
and
got to
set
do
No, but
everything.
to be fair to De Bruyne, he does
Like,
everything.
he can run
He
around.
had an engine. He get up and
But,
down.
like,
he's physical.
I don't-
carries the
I
ball,
just-
crosses, shoots.
Do you know what
both
it is?
feet.
Yeah, and I'm a United fan, but like Gerrard, man, like
I
can
think
do
all the
just everything.
Scholes
yeah, the
told me
tackling.
to
That's
my
the one
face.
thing
Like,
Gerrard has
tackling.
over
What
all
do you
these
want? You want
midfielders
to
is the
put it on
tackling.
people's heads? Do you want the tackling? Do you want me
Gerrard
to go
could play
filling
any
it right
position
back?
on the pitch.
Do you want
and
goals?
be
Do
the
you want
best
assists?
player.
Do you want free kicks? Do you want long ranges? Do you want headers? What do you want?
It's just
Like
there.
I'll serve it all up.
But I do think these midfielders, like when we're talking about Vieira, Keane, Lampard, Scholes, I think they could all play in any era.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah,
I like
any
about
era.
the
Them
midfielders.
older man now.
When we
if
talk
they
about
played now,
defenders or
Any era.
goalkeepers,
this is
but these midfielders, any era.
Oh my god. and
Keane
Vieira,
would
Vieira
actually.
just because-
Vieira would look
Keane
like
might struggle,
Toure
you
now.
know.
Yeah.
Keane wouldn't be able to make the tackles he makes back then. Now
No.
he might be in trouble.
Nah, he could play though.
See
he
that
could play, I
Liverpool
know,
no
yeah.
press, no
top
press.
five.
He might,
These men don't
might
run.
only play half the game.
We wouldn't have to make half the tackles. Just take the ball off, man.
I was,
There's no
having,
intensity.
I was having a conversation the other day on a different show, and it was about what your best Premier League 11 would be. But his particular criteria was that they had to have won the Premier League. So in his best
hard.
11, Gerrard weren't in it.
Yeah, but Tom Cleverley's
but-
not better than Gerrard.
Well,
Danny
absolutely.
Drinkwater's not better
So
than
Lee
where's
Judges-
Morgan and
Yeah,
them,
The
man?
old
It's
judge,
too hard.
right? This is his top 5. It's gone viral online. Best midfielders in Premier League, in his opinion, Lee Judges. Number 1, Gerrard. 2, Vieira. 3, Keane. 4, De Bruyne. 5, Lampard.
No, because there's no skulls in there, so it's impossible.
Yeah, and then
say
he's
that.
gone Fabregas, Toure, Silva, Keane, Makalele.
He's not even putting
Fabregas.
Even
Yeah,
Fabregas.
Fabregas is cold.
Even
But I do
Cesc
think Fabregas's and maybe Torres, because of like the fact that he went to Barca.
They missed out a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I think
No,
I think
no,
they've got to drop
But
to that second
ability,
group.
though.
I
Yeah,
love-
ability,
I love-
they're top.
I love-
Cesc, I don't
think they've
think
got to go
in
to that
terms of
second tier, just
orchestrating
for
a
that.
game-
It's underrated.
Yeah,
Orchestrating a
top.
game, KDB can't see Fabregas for that specific element.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just
No, but KDB could orchestrate
Conductor
games and his free kicks and the crossing
Yeah.
and the corners and
Goals weren't even in that top 10.
Scored enough
I
goals against
love
Arsenal
Fabregas.
as
I
well.
love Fabregas.
People
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
ball.
he's
Fabregas
still
was brilliant.
Unbelievable.
I just feel like
Fabregas is
because
brilliant.
I think you got to
But
separate a little
look
bit.
at the guy. We've seen it on the screen. Look at what he's won, man.
No.
All right, round the table. Let me get a number from all of you. In terms of best Premier League fielders of all time, where does he sit, Flex? Let's get a number. I want a specific number.
I'm having him above Lampard.
Alright.
So
Because you're putting Scholes.
he's in the top 5.
So 4. 3?
5. He's in the top 5's 5th.
But what number?
5th.
5th? 3rd?
4th.
I'm going 4th. I'm going 4th.
I'm going 3rd as well.
I'll put him at 3, yeah.
Either way, I think there was a bit of respect shown from both sets of fans yesterday. He kind of knew it was his last Manchester
Although I didn't like
derby.
that, man. Yeah, what was that? Was that supposed to be a derby or what? All this
Nah,
little
you can do that.
what
Just
is it?
once.
No, for him at the end. But
Yeah.
the rest of the little friendly things around it.
You
It's
know
a
why?
derby,
Because
man.
there's nothing.
There's nothing
going
sounds
on.
bad.
It don't matter.
That's
When
what
there's
I'm saying. It was KDB testimonial.
Listen, there's been Arsenal Tottenham games. There ain't nothing on it, bro. It's still war.
Yeah, but that's different.
Different times, man.
Also,
It's true.
any
Different.
words on the chance to Phil Foden's mum?
Yeah, that was
Awful.
harsh.
I
That was
didn't hear
terrible.
that.
Do you know what? When I was in the actual crowd,
I could hear it on TV, that was bad.
I didn't even notice that. I was in there. I didn't even.
Nah,
really
you could hear it on the
notice that.
TV,
Yeah,
and I was
no,
like,
listen back.
ooh.
You can obviously hear it.
Did you see what Pep
I
said
just-
about
yeah,
it?
he's right, and he's
said
right.
it lacks class.
I don't know.
It's disgusting.
Listen, football
Yeah.
fans and the diehards will always do these types
Tribal
of things.
thing,
We used
yeah.
to
The
hear
tribal
way
thing.
worse. I ain't gonna lie. We used to hear. We used to get mad. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
So-
it happens. I don't condone it. I'm definitely not a fan
I
who
hate
sits
it.
in my seat
I hate
going all personal. Like,
Listen,
just
one
not
time-
my
One
type
time
of
I was at
fandom.
Stamford
Don't
Bridge,
agree with it.
right? And honestly, like I felt I was gonna. Some of the things that they were singing about. It was Arsenal versus Chelsea. When they sing about
Adebayor?
about Lampard when he's I think he's even.
Oh, his mum passed.
away.
Ah,
His
I
mum
thought,
passed.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I think ashamed.
yeah.
You know what I mean? To hear that,
Yeah.
you know.
We've even got songs about the Glazers about like
Yeah, I've
they're
heard
gonna
that.
die.
I heard
cut
that.
'em up
And
from head
even
to
that,
toe. All
that's
these,
wrong.
like, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a bit.
just
But I
over
just feel
it's
uneasy.
too far, that's too far.
participating in that,
Too
and
far.
you're not less of a fan because you won't sing the song about the
Absolutely not.
Glazers dying.
No,
That you don't want them out.
too
Like,
much.
I
You
don't
can
know.
draw.
It's too
You can
far
draw a
from me.
line.
100%.
100%. Right, we'll move on. Tottenham, they got a decent win against Southampton, who relegated Southampton yesterday.
Bullies.
You
bullies.
quick question: Are
How can you
Southampton?
bully anyone?
I've been bullied all season.
So actually, since that, the Southampton manager Zurich leaves after relegation. Right, he picked up 4 wins
Good
during the
return.
12 games. That's actually not that bad.
It's actually not bad.
4 wins.
Yeah, 4 wins in 12. I know.
He didn't get no 4 wins. Which part?
No, he won. Sorry, he won 4 wins in a troubled 12-game managerial spell at Roma.
I was
Not
going to
there.
say, man, he didn't get no 4 wins.
Won 2 of 16.
Yeah, not so good.
So it is what it is with him. I mean, decent result. Ange was fairly happy at the end of it.
Win's a win, mate. Like, you've got to take the points where they come from, to be honest with you. If we wouldn't have beat Southampton, I don't know if he would have been there Thursday night. So
It's all on Thursday, isn't it?
It's all on Thursday. I mean,
Is there enough in it? Like, do you feel like you can do something there?
what, on Thursday?
Nine,
Well,
yeah.
we're at home on Thursday to Frankfurt. Look, I wish it was the other way around. I wish the second leg was going to be at home. But everything's got to be on that. So you've got to conserve your energy. I need to see a proper performance on Thursday. I need to see them defend well.
Well, you ain't going
conceded.
to see that.
Conceded
Well-
the
To
goal. Yeah,
outscore Frankfurt, forget that
Because-
defender.
it was
Well-
2
It
it
don't
was
suit
2-1,
you.
wasn't it?
Yesterday.
Even we went
Yesterday
1-0
was
down
3-1.
though to Southampton.
Yeah, but listen, like
They're not going to rack
We went
each other.
1-0 down.
I'm not saying you need to sit there and park the bus. I obviously wouldn't want that, and I don't think we need to do that. But I think like looking at how we defend across the whole season, but in particular against Chelsea, even yesterday, Southampton second half, boy, they had chances.
Trust.
They had chances.
I don't think you can change it
We're
now.
gonna
I
No,
play
think
our
but
way.
you've got to go and try and
needs
outscore
what I
Frankfurt.
need. What I need for Thursday is I need my
We're gonna play our
manager
way.
to just be a little bit more tactically
If he has them chances.
astute. I need you.
Hey, I'm
I
trying to
need
buy
you to
that
be
guy.
tactically astute for the next 5 games if we get to a final of this Europa League. I
Tactically
need you.
astute.
I need you to show me
You
your
need them to
tactical
show you something
astuteness.
that is not in Ange's DNA.
I need you
what,
to
though,
show me that I haven't.
We're gonna
seen your
play our way,
repertoire.
mate.
Like
Do
for
you know what?
example, away at Brentford when we had lost better games, can't even remember how many, and he told Porro, sit, don't move, like those little things.
Did it against Liverpool,
Did it-
slap 4-0.
Yeah. Anyway, I need.
Do you know what
I
would be
need
the
him to be a
coldest picture
manager.
though of the season?
If
If
he
he
had-
wins
And-
Europa League, puts it on the floor and goes like that to the Spurs.
And
fans.
so like,
Oh,
I
100%.
always
That
win
would
And then
break
leaves.
the internet.
And then leaves.
Oh,
I
what
said
did
I
you-
did.
Puts
What
it
did
down
you make
and
of
goes
that?
like that and walks
Oh yeah,
off.
'cause I haven't seen you since.
Yeah,
he
you. I haven't
catches
seen you
it.
since
Oh,
then.
yeah,
What did
yeah,
you
yeah.
make of that? Surely,
I just wanted
surely
them
you're
to
not
cheer,
going to
mate.
defend.
I just
I'm
wanted them
not.
to cheer.
I'm not gonna defend it. I
Did
said
he try
to you,
gaslight you in the press
Listen.
conference?
I don't blame him for giving a little.
Nah,
Shut
man,
up.
shut it, man. Look
No.
where you are in the league.
Sorry.
You're
Yeah, I
ear cupping
don't
the
blame him
fans.
too much.
Sorry,
for
sorry,
that.
sorry.
Nah.
You
Listen,
don't know
And
what
they
you're
were
doing.
horrendous.
Yeah, I do. I've just brought in a sub.
No,
that's
no,
scored
no,
you
no, no,
sausage.
no,
Oh,
no,
man.
no, no,
Nah,
no,
get out of
no,
here.
Let
no.
me backtrack.
Should have
Nah, I just
sacked
wanted
him.
them to
No, I
cheer,
just
mate.
wanted them to cheer.
Good goal, mate.
Yeah.
One thing
I'd be
that
happy,
Ange
mate.
is
Scored a goal, mate.
one thing that
He's
Ange
shameless.
is
Fucking hell.
honest, right? We call
He's a bit too honest, though,
in his
sometimes.
reviews. So listen, I get it. You don't like it. They boo you all the time. There's all this Ange in, Ange out, whatever stuff that goes on. if you are going to cup your ear, bro, when you're 16th
better
in
count.
the league, that goal better stand. Wait till it goes to VAR and then turn to your fans and go like that. Don't then come into the press conference after
Oh, it's
and
over.
don't say, I just wanted to hear them cheer, mate. I haven't heard them cheer. All the-"
Stand on the business.
Bro, we are not
Embarrassing.
stupid. Please, please, please. If you're going to do it, stand on business and say, yeah, you know, they booed me. I was
not
giving it back to
embarrassed.
them. I would say, like, I would just own it.
That
Just
is like-
own that. The audacity, 16th in the league, bro. And
just
16
wanted them
losses.
to cheer, mate.
And you're cupping
Nah,
your
come on,
ear
G.
to the fan base. It's outrageous. And what I also would say before we move on, James Maddison came out and did an interview after, and I actually really commended the interview. He said, look, again, not good enough. Season's been shit
up
for
Roy Keane,
all better of a word. He said, I know the fans don't want to hear from me. I know they don't want us to go over. I'm really sorry. And he just held it. He just held it.
Yeah, that was
and
good.
I appreciate, and I'm sure the fans appreciate when a player is honest and says, look, we are not good enough. We're not at it. And I know they don't want to hear the stuff that we say, you know, stay together. Like, no. Like, just own it. Just
But if
own
he
that
does
you're
win
crap.
that
Roy
trophy,
Keane saying,
you can
you know,
do 2 ear cups.
If you're in
man.
that Spurs dressing room, you see Maddison come back, you're not thinking, oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Obviously, he gets the tapping against United and everyone. Back.
well, no. But he can rebuttal to
baby.
that. But anyway, come get me off the M1, guys.
Anyway.
Whoa.
Oh, no, because she's Ange out now, isn't it?
Is she?
Oh, should we talk about it on Thursday?
No, Everybody
No,
can come. Right.
no.
So back to Abby before you move on.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So where are you
We've
at?
got time.
Where are you at with the Ange situation? Because you was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Shout out Nines.
Nines.
Yeah.
Great
You are,
arguments.
you know, up the hard shoulder now instead of the 3 to 4 lanes on the M1, depending on which part you are.
She had the hazard lights on,
Service
remember?
station, hazard lights, AARAC kind of thing.
Green
like,
flag. Don't forget.
Green flag. Shout out green
Shout
flag.
out
It's
green
sponsoring.
flag.
That's all. Are they still
Real
going?
one.
No.
Okay. Shout out that.
OG pickup.
Where are you at with this, Abby?
Auto glass repair, auto glass replace.
Gary. Auto glass repair. Auto glass replace. Auto glass repair, mate.
That was sharp.
Auto glass
Wow.
replace me. mate. I need replacing auto glass, mate. I'm fucking.
Replace, yeah?
Listen,
Too tired,
we
mate.
got cracked windscreen. We need I'm out the car because it's
Yeah, but you can
dangerous
put
for
it
me
on
to stay in
excess.
the
You can
car.
put use your
right
excess.
now.
Fat rock.
though.
kid.
Car's on fire.
You know.
We're out the car. We're out the car.
Where the
But you
Petrol-
said, hold on, as Robbie would say, wait a minute, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold
You,
on,
hold on.
hold
Wait a
on,
minute,
hold
Abby.
on.
Wait a minute. You said, yeah, it's all about Europa League.
It is what
Yeah?
it is.
that
But now,
flip-flopping?
and you said, there's no point
Hold on,
changing
hold
anything
on.
until the end of the season. What are we going to do?
She would have called you
Bryan
flip flop
Mason?
flex.
Yeah.
She would have called you
Where am
flip
I
flop flex
from?
right now.
Am I from
And you would have called me flip
EastEnders?
flop. Bianca Jackson. What was that, Bianca? Yeah.
Not worth it.
You said, yeah,
Yeah.
there's no point sacking to the end of the season. You said it's all about the Europa League, and you said there's no point having Ryan Mason.
Agreed.
Hold on.
Right.
Agreed.
So hold on, wait a minute. So what are you saying now then?
Wait. You know that? I can't do it.
You
That's
can.
like-
You
We're like, you can.
You can.
I can't do it.
I've got nothing left.
So
No,
you're Ange out now.
I'm not Ange out.
Oh.
Wait,
Whoa,
let
whoa,
me
'cause in the-
finish.
Swear in the.
Here we go. She's about to tell us.
Let
a
me
story.
talk.
Yeah, because you said I've heard
Let me
those words.
talk.
Couldn't just be
Yeah.
definitive about it.
Listen,
We've got the writing
where
anyway,
I'm at
so it's-
is I agree. Don't Ryan Mason. No, if he would have lost Southampton, Matt, get out. Right. Where I'm at is Ryan Mason ain't the answer, and I think we should just carry on until the season's done because what's the point now?
Don't go
But
anywhere.
either way, for next season, I don't think he will be there, and I don't trust.
Even if he wins Europa.
Thank you for your service, and I'll build a statue for you.
So okay, let's just clarify.
Was
because
the
it's not what
statue-
you-
I don't think. I don't
statue
think.
like that.
I
innit?
don't want to know.
Hold on, it's not what you think.
Yes.
just telling you
You're
what
just
you
gonna
want.
know because
No.
you're
I don't
telling
want your
us what you
predictions.
think. You're
What do you
predicting.
want?
We're not asking
What
for
do you
predictions.
want?
We're
If
asking
he
for
wins
your-
the Europa
yeah.
League, do you want him to be sacked?
Yeah,
So trophy
Okay,
but sack.
now we're talking.
I do.
Statue
So you're
but
Ange
sack.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
That-
turned.
After this season, yeah.
turned.
Even if he won it, and I would be eternally grateful. I don't want to do a situation like a Ten Hag situation where you then stay with him because he's won you that, which would
She's
be
turned heel.
the most
John
amazing
Cena.
thing. At the same time,
Heel
I
turn.
wouldn't have. I would like the same way I wouldn't have said to keep one day Ramos.
Dun 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 dun.
I just.
Dun 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 dun. No, because you got to hold it a bit of it.
John Cena.
And she's a sausage, mate.
Damn.
Anyway,
Wait, statue
you've got
but
your
sack is
answer.
mad. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so you're
Super chat
Well,
business.
yeah. Just I don't think it's possible for in
We
the
don't have
Premier
the
League.
You were
to
saying,
implement
like,
what
what's
he
the point
wants to
sacking
do.
over
don't
manager?
have
I'm
the
not saying.
capacity.
I'm not saying sack him right now. I'm saying at the end of the season, with or without his it's done. Because I don't think it's possible. I really don't think it's possible for him to implement what he wants to do in the Premier League. I think it's. I love the style of football when it's all going well, but it's too inconsistent.
Oh, you're not
and
entertained?
I am when it goes well, but it's so few and far
Where
between.
next?
Just make you a flip flop. You know when you. Have you done
Craig
it?
could call me a flip flop yesterday.
Are you a flip flop?
New evidence presented itself.
That's what I'm
sir.
saying.
No,
so
I
then
wouldn't say it's new evidence.
Quakey
I
called
would
you
say,
flip-flop.
yeah.
Are you a flip flop, Abby?
I wouldn't say it's a flip flop.
Could you
I
say it
would
to me all the
say
time? Javianas.
it's
Flip-flap.
You say triple F everything to me. So
It's
are
not.
you?
It's not flip
Fendi or
flop.
Fila?
What are you then?
I feel
Slide.
like
Are you a slider?
Yeah, she's a slider.
I'm a
Definitely
slider.
Balenciaga.
Yeah, she's
Are
a
you,
cha-cha
are you a
slide.
Hermes Chipra?
Cha-cha
What are
slide.
you? What are you?
Javiana thing.
Flex
Yeah.
is a cha-cha slide. Definitely.
To the left now, y'all.
Yeah.
take it back.
2 losses this time.
Are you a flip flop? Yes or no?
16
I'm not a
losses
flip flop.
this
I'm a
time.
slider.
You're not a flip flop.
I'm a
No,
slider.
she's sliding. You
see what I'm saying? You see these double standards?
sliding.
You know the seal in
They're
Pingu?
telling us to move on. We should move
You know
on.
the seal in Pingu?
We should
That's
move
her.
on. We should move on.
Anyway,
Who'd you replace him?
Big up Pingu.
Chris Brown.
Well, listen, he's going to be at my stadium, boy. If you want it,
Yeah, it's true, you know.
come get the job.
Can-
It's not legal.
did you hear
Come
the
get that
fans?
job.
They
Listen,
protested.
play-
They were
play
saying,
me in a false
"Can
nine, I'll
Beyonce
perform for
play
you
up
then."
front? Can Beyonce play up front? Anyway, next up, Eren says, I love Abby's top today.
Thank you.
Coming from a lifelong Gooner. And I'm not talking about Arsenal, my G.
You can like my top.
What does that mean?
Being Guna.
Dan B says, would any of you, apart from Mr. Robin, take Ramsdale?
No.
3 relegations in 5 years
No,
for the
bye.
He's better. Do you know what? He's not as bad as people
Good
make
keeper.
out, but he's not the answer to a no.
Yeah,
He's
but
better than-
who would take him though?
Obviously not me.
He
I'm
did a
not-
job
I'm
at
not
Chelsea
saying
as
you,
well.
mate.
The way he was looking at
Where
me.
is it with Arsenal
Just
fans
trying to
still
get a
trying to
bit
sell
of Chelsea.
Ramsdale? He ain't even at your club anymore. You're still trying
No,
to
no,
sell
I'm
him.
just saying.
Well,
Man,
sell
wait,
on, sell on clause.
Will
Sell
you
on.
take him
Arsenal
though?
fans are
Percentage
telling
of
me.
money.
Arsenal fans are telling me you should buy Ramsdale. Why?
Because I wanna
does
keep
that-
laughing at you.
Do they? I think they got
That's
a sell-on
what it
clause.
is.
They
No,
got a
no,
sell-on clause.
no,
Sell-on.
I didn't say to buy him. I said he'd do better than you what you got.
That is also
That is
true.
not.
Yeah, Ramsdale, man,
Okay, so
remember.
this is what we need to.
Yeah,
This is what we
better
need to
than Sanchez.
understand.
For 15
That
minutes
is not
until
a
he loses
justification for
concentration,
purchasing
innit?
someone ever.
Better than Sanchez D, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Saying
rubbish.
Garnacho will do a better job than any of my wingers is
Sancho.
not a good justification for me buying.
You
Garnacho.
took Sancho. You don't want to take,
Yeah, they're trying to give Sancho back.
No, that he wants Kelleher.
And you tried to get Garnacho
Let's
in
do
January.
this. Danny
Chelsea-
Welbeck would do a better
Chelsea.
job than Jesus and Havertz up front.
That's
Why don't
true.
you go and
Danny
get
That's
Welbeck.
true.
He's a bit old
That's
now.
true.
Oh,
True though.
That's
I
your
like Dan. I like
nice
Danny
clap
Welbeck.
back.
Danny
That's a good
Welbeck
clap
is
back.
the injuries.
By the way, people, let's get
I
the
like
likes
Welbeck,
up. This has
And
been
he's
one
a
of
bit
the
old
funniest
now. Good
shows,
player.
I'd say,
Hope we
this
get some good
season.
clips out
so
of
get
this
your likes
production.
up. All right, do us a favour.
Good
Speaking
clips
of
today.
production, Dan A says, what are these camera angles? Sack production. Anti.
Cass is under
Anti.
siege.
As well as
Sorry.
big up flex, the glory days will be back. Heard that. VAR and refs has now cost Arsenal 11 points this season, the most of any team since the inception of VAR. Arsenal and Wolves being the only two teams to finish the season with VAR plus points, says Red Square. DRS, please start a cross-fan anti-PGMOL movement.
Hey, we'll all sign up to that.
Because
That's one
everyone
thing we
would
all
share
agree
it on their story.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even all, everyone else. Medical Bunker said that. The Football Showdown says, can you give my football channel a shout out? This is the channel I am sending the super chat is from the Football Showdown. You've just got like 2 shout outs there, so big up to you. Good luck. Caden, can we please talk about the game of the week now, lads, and how my boy Rodgers cooked all game? Also, best Jan window ever.
It is
I tell you what,
Yeah,
Villa,
it's up there.
Brilliant.
Asensio, Rashford, Marlon.
So good.
Wow, what a window.
In form.
Auto
Playing
glass
well,
repair.
playing well.
Good window, that. No cracks needed. Eren says, we need more transparency on referees' credentials. A merit-based system should be to promote or relegate them publicly. And the laptop has just crashed, but we'll be back. But I agree with
Why is
that.
that so
freezes,
much? Why does it do that?
I don't know. Too many super chats coming in. But yeah, because we've seen, what's his name? Andy Taylor. We've seen him go to relegated to the Championship. And then when he was in the Championship, he made an even worse decision
So
than
you
when
should
he
went
was
to
in the
League
Prem.
One.
Yeah.
League One, mate.
Yeah.
I quite like that because it is merit.
We should have a league
And you
table,
had a great
points,
3 weeks.
4
You'll
divisions.
You'll get a Champions
Yeah.
League game
There
next
you are.
week.
Did you see that post about refs now like being like public on Instagram?
Yeah.
Did you see that this
What, they
morning?
need to?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
them like doing their walk, no, like them like posting on their Instagram, which
the
you
walkout.
can have
What a
obviously,
feeling,
but probs
all
better
that.
don't be
Yeah, yeah, I've
public.
seen that.
What a feeling walking out like mad, like but bro, do your job.
He's
Get off
trying to
the
get brand
off the
deals
gram.
though.
Because
Get off the gram.
what we forget, because they've been
Get
so
off the
crap, is
grams.
that like
Get off
they
the
are
gram. Get the
living,
gram,
it.
get off the
like they're
grams.
living a dream.
What's your faivourite referee?
Uriah Rennie.
What's
Follow
that brother's
them on
name?
Instagram.
What's
No,
the Black
no,
brother's
no
name?
refs.
What's the Black brother's name? Not
Uriah,
Uriah. No, he's new. The new Black brother.
Oh yeah.
He started off as a
He
liner.
never
innit?
gets a job.
Yeah, I've seen him in a
yeah,
couple.
yeah.
He's on liner, but
Yeah,
I've seen
liner
him.
all the time.
He's done a couple games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Got
alright.
the man there, man.
Yeah.
Imagine if referees were like,
Luigi Colina for me.
That's not his name. Oh.
Oh, no, that's nice.
Yo, no, bro. Yo, the Jamaican man called that, you know. Yo.
Yeah, big him up. But I agree,
yeah,
man.
nah, him. Yeah.
I had the most.
go with the man then.
You were him. This
Sam
is
Allison's
totally off topic. But we were
He's
talking
good.
before the show about Celine Dion, and Kenya was like, Jamaicans love Celine Dion.
Yeah, proper.
They
What,
do.
can you just
And
explain?
country and western music.
Yeah, but what's the Celine Dion? What's the Celine Dion thing? She's like she's an honorary Celine Dion.
Nah,
like,
just
They're crooner, man.
And you know what? You know,
Later
big-
on in the dance,
in the
we
dance, I
slow
was
it
going
down.
to say, in the dance, big dancer.
When the lights
and
come
they're
on.
going mad.
No, man, lights are
Like,
off.
people going
she's
mad,
not-
beating
she's
up.
not-
oh,
Yeah,
so
wheel
like
ups,
when
everything.
everyone's done sweating
pull
out
up.
all of the
Yeah, man,
back
slow
breaking.
down.
the Vibes Cartel
It's either
done.
that,
Now it's that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
either that
yeah.
or
Celine
they
Dion,
warm up
man.
the set on them tunes.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Get everything
Yeah,
run
man.
nice. Yeah, happy
Slow
with
down,
what's
team.
What's the tune that comes on as the lights turn on?
Grab up,
and everyone's
grab
dancing?
up,
I
grab
can't remember the-
What's Celine Dion
I
song
can't
comes on?
remember the name of like her staple tunes, but I just know
She's
Celine
an icon.
Dion,
Yeah.
Icon.
like 100%, and just ballads in general, like them, like
Power
on
of,
it.
Power of Love.
They're
When the
on
lights
it.
come on, yeah, 100%.
They're on it.
Tune is
God,
slow
love
down.
that, Yeah, they love
Slow
that.
down,
Country
team.
and
Yeah,
West.
Robbie, just little slow
Yeah, I
dance. You know what I mean? You find it.
Slow
Anyway.
dance thing, man. You know what I mean?
Hate the narrative that the league is poor. That's why Liverpool will win. When we have 5 teams in Europe, all in quarterfinals, semi-finals, every team is getting better in England. So teams like United and Spurs should up their game. Says
Liverpool deserve it, ain't?
no accountability for these inconsistent idiots, says Captain T1. In a nutshell, VAR officials are on drugs.
Well,
is it
we say
allegedly?
There was one.
Yeah?
It was one
Well,
actually.
and who else is on it as well? Chelsea selling their women's team, more dodginess. You
Hey, listen,
absolute
oh,
disgrace.
You lot are going to get
Absolute
scraped.
disgrace.
What's going on
Hotels,
here?
women,
Matisse.
Hey, listen.
You lot, nah, man.
loophole FC.
Oh, no. You're
Point closer to his
not
face.
You, not you personally. But your club
Nah,
are
him, man,
an
he's part of it.
absolute disgrace. How can they do that? It's sell your women's team, man.
No.
No.
See, you're a
Supposed to
disgrace.
speak
You're a
against this.
disgrace.
man.
Call out your team.
That won't work.
Call out
Call out your
owners.
institution.
Call that out.
I feel like
Call out
Arsene
your
Wenger. Arsene
establishment.
Wenger at Old Trafford.
What else?
Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do?
Let's,
He was right. He was
to
like,
be fair, we need to talk about Chelsea.
Come on, man.
So-
Talk about that.
Hey, come on,
Honestly,
man.
that is just.
that's
when I saw that,
disgusting. And UEFA have said, no, you can't do that. You
Yeah,
cheats
well
and you
done.
disgrace.
Yeah, like, listen, UEFA, that's a separate issue. But who are these PSR rules benefiting? Let's be honest. I just saw Aston Villa are potentially going to sell their women's team as well.
Yeah, I saw
Newcastle
Yeah,
can't.
but you and them do your little dodgy deals together.
Yeah, but
Maatson,
I'm saying who's
class, that, man.
who's benefiting
Disgusting.
from this? I don't like it. I just think it just is clear that we don't have as much money as we wish we needed for signings.
well, then
in
you
the
have
summer.
to hold it.
You don't
I
sell
don't sell
the
it.
hotels,
I
then.
don't
I don't feel sorry for us. We spent like 1.4 billion.
Selling
but what I'm
hotels and
saying is
shit.
the overall structure, the ruling of the way that PSR works, I don't think it helps the league grow. I don't think it helps quality teams like Newcastle and Aston Villa who are trying to get into the top
despite
4
all that,
consistently.
right?
Despite all that,
Despite all
they're
that,
trying
is
to
that not
sell your women's
shameful?
team. It's disgusting.
Shameful to sell their women's team. Look how good they are.
How
Look
successful
Yeah, but they
they've
sold
been.
it
Successful
themselves.
there.
We didn't sell it to anyone. We
No,
didn't sell it
but
to the
it's
Glazers.
still-
we didn't sell it to the Glazers. Like,
but it's
yeah,
still
yeah,
shameful.
go
They're doing
have
the
it.
Strasbourg thing, innit?
No, but
Listen,
it's still shameful.
hold on,
It's
what's
still
worse?
shameful to do it.
Yeah, but
No, but they're just doing the thing.
when
they're
they're trying to
sell
take
it
your
the
dividends
Strasbourg
out, you don't say that's shameful.
That's
You know
their
what I mean?
own thing.
Take
They're
your
just
dividends out of the club.
different.
We
No,
they're
sold
not
it to
trying to shut it
ourselves.
and get-
We're
they're
not
trying
shutting
to
it.
do
It's
the
not
move the
Lucasade
money,
and
rob Peter
cookies.
people.
These men acting like we're shutting it. Cookies, Lucasade in the playground. Who wants to have our women's team?
You sold it to
That's not the
yourself.
case. We sold it to ourselves. We can't sell it again. It's been sold once. I don't.
Harry
Listen,
Redknapp taking
I don't
his
like
name's,
it.
bank account
But
after
at the
his
end of the
dog.
day, it's the
Rosie.
finances, the financials. You know what I mean? They're making the maths has the math.
Do you
Bare
feel embarrassed?
loopholes.
when
The
you saw it?
abacus is not aligned.
All I think is that you're gonna run out of things to sell to yourself at some point, so you better make sure the money is flowing.
How does that
the
phone
cash
call
flow
happen?
is flowing nicely.
Amazon's-
Okay, yeah.
Amazon-
And by the way,
Calling
you
themselves.
look on it now, but a lot of your clubs might have to look at it soon. Your club building some big stadium, taxpayers' money. You're gonna have to start
it's
selling
not
some
like-
shit soon as well.
Andy
Yeah?
Burnham,
You
the
ain't got
mayor
no
of
money.
Manchester, has
You're
already
talking
said
about having a
taxpayers'
whole
money won't be
rebuild,
used for the stadium.
changing
Thank you.
your whole
He's
playing
actually-
staff.
he's a good
You're
MP as well, you
You're
know.
talking
That's what
about
I'm saying, mate.
disgrace.
He's already said
These
people
man
of Manchester
sacking-
will not have
hold
to pay
on.
for the
He's an
stadium.
Everton
So.
fan.
Hey, we're talking. Let's
You know that.
let's focus now. We're talking about disgraceful. These men are sacking canteen ladies, not feeding their staff.
Sam
Talking
Williams
about-
is still
talking about
working, they're just not
disgrace.
providing free
Hold on a
food.
second.
They're not providing free
Making
food.
man them redundant.
When
yeah,
you come to
in
work,
recession and
does
that,
Robbie
and
have
you're
to give
talking
you
about-
lunch?
So
Does Robbie
let's
give you
have the
lunch?
same energy.
Does Don Robbie give you lunch?
No.
Right.
No.
Do
Actually,
you go on
pause
the high
a
road?
second. Why? No.
When we-
Where's the lunch?
And can I say something?
Where is
Where the
lunch?
patties
Can
then?
I say? Can I ask something? when we finish this show,
Where the-
how often do we all say, do we all want to go and get some lunch?
I say it,
Do
but
we
no one ever
expect it?
joins me.
Do we expect the lunch?
To be fair, we had a nice drink on Friday.
We did.
Us three.
Where is
Listen,
lunch?
Robbie,
If you
get
want to
drinks
know
in.
where you've worked in your working career, where you got free lunch,
Well, what I suggest this.
then nowhere.
Abby, I'll take you to lunch.
Thank
You all have your own channel. Sell it to yourself. Yeah, you sell your channels
She's
to
a
yourself.
content creator now. What
No,
are you talking
I
about?
No, but she don't have a channel.
I have my own
You
channel.
lot
This
sell
is
your
my
channels to
home.
yourself and you could go
Ambassador.
get.
This is my home.
Google
Boys,
Pixel.
take
Google
a
Pixel.
picture of my mouth.
Yeah, sell that phone.
Make her tell you.
Sell that phone to yourself and you can get some
To be
food.
fair,
You
Robbie did buy me 2 Guinness on Friday.
Remember Friday?
You did, but actually the
This
most
guy can be-
the most
this guy
AGT
can be
thing-
bribed
with
I just want to
Guinness.
tell you the most
This
AGT
guy can be
thing
bribed with
ever.
Guinness, I'm telling
The
you.
most AGT thing
I
ever.
wanna hear this.
We
Yeah.
finished our meeting on Friday, all of us, right?
Yeah.
He goes, should we all go for a drink? So we were like, yeah, all right, come on then. We've got time to kill, whatever. Go into the bar, and he was like, where's the business card then?
Yeah.
No, I walked in and went, "Oi, Robbie, get that card out right now,
Yeah.
man. We're having
Go take
it."
it through.
He went,
Gotta
I'm
take
not
it
buying
for a
around
drink and
15,
have to
man.
pay for
He went, I'm
Abby,
doing that.
I'll raise you. This is where I can tell this story as well. Qatar settings, yeah?
Oh, I know. It's
Qatar
fine.
settings, yeah?
Don't tell them the end of the
No,
story
no, no,
of that
no,
night,
no,
though.
no, listen,
That was
obviously.
embarrassing
Listen,
for both of us.
Qatar settings, yeah? I'll get the first round. Yeah, this guy, AGT. I'll get the first round, yeah? I'm going to get the drink now, yeah? Brother.
No, it was a Del Boy
Brother,
Rodney thing.
listen, when I say it was extortionate, yeah?
Oh my god.
£150 for a
Yeah.
free drink.
Oh.
£50 a drink, yeah?
What?
See him now? Watch him, watch him. Listen,
We're doing
listen,
rounds, boys.
Listen. Yeah, so, here's my bank details, so if you want to...
No. Because let me
He's got the
explain.
next round.
No,
So
no,
then
no,
we have
no,
to
no,
go
no.
round.
Let me
But he
explain.
volunteered himself for the first round.
But
and we didn't realise.
not
None of
true?
us realised.
Flex.
Got a
No.
holiday,
Hang
I'm
on.
sorry.
I'm not gonna lie,
Because
everybody's got to send him a 50.
you've missed out a crucial detail. So I'm standing at the bar with 50 quid thinking, this is more than enough. They've gone 150. I've gone, raw. So I've come back and gone, rounds, boys. He goes to the bar. Comes back, I was like, it's expensive, and he goes, card machine wasn't working, it's gone for free. And then I said, all right, then you're still getting around, and then he didn't. So he was like, go on, that was
was his
50
round.
quid. Like,
No,
I'll
but
send you that.
hold on, mate. I'll raise you lot on that one. Right? I'll raise you lot on that one.
AGT, man.
And it's not even AGT. It's what happened to me in Qatar as well, right? And I know we're digressing a bit, right? When I
These
went
stories
We don't need to chat about Chelsea. They were shit anyway.
Yeah, because that Chelsea
Don't
game,
worry
by
about
me.
that
that.
Chelsea game was nil
Fine
boring
by
anyway.
me.
Right?
Fine by me.
Right,
Free
when
drink.
I went
That's great.
when I went into that club in Qatar, right, and I got in there, right, and
the
I think
W.
and it was Chunks and those guys
Yeah,
that got
oh,
me in, right, and I thought to myself,
This
oh,
is bad as well.
I thought to myself,
This is bad.
it's Chunks, was it Harry Pinero, isn't it?
Yeah.
Harry Pinero,
HP
Chunks.
and
And I
Chunks,
thought to
yeah.
myself, oh, nice of them to get me in, man. I'm gonna let me buy a drink for the table. We've got the table now, right?
Table's-
So I said, I go, right. I said to the waiter, I said, yo. Bottle of brandy, man. Bring that come, man. Bring the brandy on to right? Right?
Ring come the
Bottle of brandy, right?
Oh, these stories.
So it goes off. They get the brandy coming. Then now, when the
Gone
brandy,
already.
when I start to think to myself, hold on, wait a minute. I remember AGT and them man, they're telling me, man.
Oh, was
that
it
they went
same
out,
place?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same
right?
place.
Same
Same
place.
hotel.
And they
mate.
paid like 150 for right, 3 beers. Let me check, right? Let me check the menu. I didn't even check the menu. I just ordered. Let me look on it. £1,500. I'm like, what? Right? What? Right?
Brandy
So, like,
nights.
right, so I said to myself, when I saw that now, I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, what? Hey, yo! I see
Hey,
the
Chunks,
I see
where the money
girl,
there?
I see the girl coming back, right? Sparklers, everything's open. I'm like, oh my god, done.
15.
What was it? Of course I had to pay.
No, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
mess with me, that's
I'm
it.
sorry.
What are you gonna do?
If that's me, I'm helping you pour it back into the bottle.
bottle.
Them cups, we're not.
I'm throwing up back
And
into
if
the
you
I'm
remember
sorry.
rightly, right, there's all these girls, right? Well, when they come now, I only got one drink out of it. There's all these girls.
No.
Chunks and that don't even drink, bro.
No, Chunks didn't even want brandy. He don't drink. And then I'm thinking to myself, I see all these girls there. Like, okay, yo, what that yelling? Put on my glass, girl. Put on my glass.
I need
Oh, you
to.
have to charge them like
my
3/5
days.
a drink, bro.
All right, back on Chelsea.
Oh, mate.
Can I just
You're
wait? I just
disgraced.
need to know what hotel was it. I need to know what the hotel this is that none
W.
of us ever go.
It's a Budweiser. Oh, yeah, the W.
It was a
Yeah.
W.
No, but you know what it is.
I thought it was all free
obviously
drinks and
over
that.
there because oversee over there because they don't really drink. So drinks are very
That's
expensive. A bit like
insane.
Dubai,
Yeah,
innit?
but
Drinks
when
are
this
expensive.
guy come back going, car machine broken,
Couldn't
mate.
believe it.
Rock
Went to
up.
pay for the thing. She's like, oh,
This
it
is
don't
him.
work.
This is him. He's like
yourself.
coming back smiling. I'm like, it's expensive, isn't it? It's like, not for me, man.
Listen,
Anyway,
you
Chelsea.
gotta go out there with a
Let's
print
see
on
about
your
Chel-
phone, on your contact book, bruv, and get a card.
You know what?
'cause
Rather than should we
Fair
just do
though.
that?
Fair though.
Rather than hear about that boring 0-0, should we move on to another story? I mean, that game was terrible, man.
Only thing I'll say,
You lot are beyond a lot of.
And
You
Kunku and
You called it,
Sanchez
you called it as
fighting.
well.
again, yeah, we're fourth still.
Clowns.
Right?
Oh, you struggle.
My trophy. that.
The league is worrying.
You've changed to La Liga now, haven't you?
I have. I'm transferring. I'm honestly transferring to La Liga to the end of the season. The league, the quality in the forwards is very concerning. Yes, we could talk about systems. Yes, we could talk about instructions. But okay, you have space, time in front of goal, 25 yards. What are you doing? And the shots that are getting unleashed upon goal are disgraceful. Christopher Nkunku, you up front. My eyes were bleeding. My eyes
Is it
were, I
bleed?
wanted to take my sockets from my eyes
Socket
and put
extension.
them in the streets. Just dash.
Unplug socket.
And I'm blind already as it is.
Mad.
I was ready to see darkness after that first half performance. Forget glasses. I'm done.
But you actually have the ability. You can just take your glass off and then you literally can't see.
I might have to start doing that.
You can do that
performance-
because you actually are so blind.
Missing
I'm so
bare
blind.
Superchats and
The
that.
performance was, just missing super
Where the
chats.
super chat
Just
then?
missing everything. The performance, he couldn't hold up the ball. He couldn't press.
Shows
He couldn't
today.
link up. He didn't want to chase runners.
GRM.
Nothing. Just shocking. And then obviously 0-0 half because the team selection was a bit messy from Maresca, but he's saying we're looking after some injuries to Palmer, Jackson, whatever. So it is what it is.
Got that game on Thursday, innit?
Yeah, second. Well, we shouldn't be resting for Legio
Him and
Warsaw.
Lavia.
You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to rest for
Don't
that.
waste the time.
Is what it is.
That's crazy.
Second half comes now. Jackson comes on. Palmer comes on. All these guys, and we just can't score goals. Like at the start of the season, we're just reeling them off. Now we got back-to-back clean sheets. I think we've actually got maybe 4 clean sheets in the last 5. Leicester, Southampton. We can't score goals. The shooting is just high, wide, straight Flecken, save after save. And they could have scored as well.
Yeah,
In
they had a
Buemu,
lot,
in
yeah.
Buemu, 2 chances, big saves from Sanchez. You had a Wissa just wide of the post. Van der
Who's the one who had the header?
Berg, something like that.
Oh, how did he miss that?
How did he miss that?
How did he miss
So we
that?
could have lost, we could have won, draws fair result. But this top 4 race is one of the nastiest races I've ever seen for top 4.
It's not even. It's not
No
even
one deserves it.
No one wants it.
No,
Everybody's
Villa are playing good football.
quality
Villa,
Forest.
Villa and
Villa were-
Newcastle.
Villa were-
Villa-
Lowest down at the
Yeah,
front.
Villa
Yeah,
and
but Villa are the
Newcastle.
lowest
No,
down
but
out of
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Newcastle
Brighton
playing
as
well
Villa,
as well.
Newcastle,
I'll tell you what,
Bournemouth gone off a
I'll
cliff,
tell you what,
Brighton,
what,
City,
You,
Chelsea, dead.
and Man City,
Dead.
they better get their act together because Newcastle and Villa,
Yeah.
those 2
They'll
teams
just come
are
and
coming.
sweep through.
Those 2 teams are coming.
We're lucky
Listen,
it's 5
Forest will
spots this
Forest will
year.
get 3rd.
Yeah.
Forest will get 3rd, so it's a battle for those other 2 places. And Villa and Newcastle are coming, man.
Imagine
Newcastle
if
got
City,
Leicester tonight.
imagine if City and
Yeah.
Chelsea both
And they've got
missed
2
out.
games in hand.
I
Newcastle.
know, Forest
Yeah.
lost, though, innit?
Newcastle played tonight against Leicester.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And
They've
if
lost.
Newcastle win, I don't know, man. Forest,
This is why that Villa
Nah,
result.
Forest got a lot of home games,
That-
man,
that
and not
Villa
many
result
teams are going to
wasn't
beat them at
good for
home.
All right, I've got to move it on a little bit because I want to talk about
Sneaks
Champions
in.
League as well. Quickly run through Ipswich 1, Wolves 2. Good result for Wolves in
We
the
got
end
that Wolves
there.
manager. What a job he's done, by
Yeah,
the way.
Sarabia
They're 12
and
points
Larson.
clear of the relegation zone
Big
now.
them up, big them up. Crystal Palace Brighton, mate. Yeah,
Great
3
game.
red cards.
Great game.
That's what you want
That's
sometimes.
a proper
in
game.
derby.
That's a proper
They weren't
derby.
even mad tackle. They were just like people just doing silly stuff.
Yeah.
They
That's
weren't
a
like malicious.
yeah, but that's a proper derby.
stuff.
Proper derby, man.
And
Great game.
And it was a really good game between Villa and Forest. It's another derby, to be fair. That's East Midlands one.
Real derby.
Real derby, that. So yeah, man. Listen, not the most entertaining run of fixtures ever in the Premier League, but some decent goals and moments to talk about. I think that's all the games. West Ham 2, Bournemouth 2.
throwing it away,
And
man.
that's it. And obviously Leicester play Newcastle today. Quick one, Champions League this week. Quick score predictions then for Arsenal. 3rd time these 2 teams have met in the competition. Arsenal unbeaten against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Real Madrid have beaten the most sides though in Champions League history. But Real Madrid, they'd lost to Valencia. I saw Jude Bellingham kicking up the VAR screen.
Why is he always
after.
kicking up shit?
He gets
Hella
vexed,
kicked.
innit?
Arsenal drew to Everton, so it's
Vinny
fairly
Form
even
goes out the window
form
in this
coming
game,
into it. Mate, I know that.
Yeah,
We'll
Madrid
go
don't,
last
two
doesn't matter what
finals
Doesn't
Madrid are
matter,
doing.
mate.
Honestly.
Champions League DNA.
But does that give you a little bit more confidence than
Yeah,
maybe
listen,
you had 2 or 3 weeks
I'm
ago?
telling you, I'd have been very confident if Gabriel wasn't out. Right, Gabriel being out is a massive blow to us. But I think we're going to win this first leg. 2-1.
2-1. I'm gonna go 2-2 on the night at the Emirates.
2-1.
But then Madrid go through still.
You got
2-1.
2-1 Madrid.
Yeah.
Trent playing? Oh no.
I ain't playing for you either.
Signing shirts. And that.
Arsenal, I've said all along, will give them a proper game at the Emirates. Madrid won't just come there and mash them up. Gabriel thing changes a lot, though.
There's a few injuries.
Kiwior starting?
Courtois is going to be back.
Kiwior going to start, yeah?
It's the Kiwior thing, man.
I don't know what he'd do. Probably.
Mbappe.
Lewis Skelly better.
Him up.
I think they'll find a way to. I draw. I think this game, the first one will be a draw.
2-2. 1-0.
So much.
3-3.
1-1.
1-0.
Or Arsenal nick it 2-1.
Nah.
Where are you getting 2 Arsenal goals from?
Nah, Saka. That's
Oh,
it.
okay,
Yeah,
fair.
Martinelli's been cooking as well.
And Martinelli, yeah. On the
Martinelli.
break.
Yeah, he's been playing well.
On the break, like they'll
And
cause, they will cause Madrid
I
problems.
keep saying, right?
Can't say he's been cooking.
Cooking is a bit
I
extreme.
mean,
We're
we're
starving.
He's put the grill
You know the
on.
Fisher
like-
We're
Price
starving.
kitchen
If we're
with the little
calling
lights
that
for the
cooking.
cooker.
I
We're
don't think
starving.
you can say he's
I'm saying
cooking.
Fisher Price
Dimitri
kitchen.
Payet used
You know
to
it's
cook
gonna-
for West Ham.
Look out for Mikel Marino.
Light
We're
takes
starving.
4 days
It'll
to
probably
cook.
score, yeah?
Bro, come on, man.
Listen, look at her. Look out for Mikel Marino.
Look, my
Mikel
prediction-
Marino's played against Real Madrid many a time.
Big up him. Well, yeah.
He's
Oh, it's late.
got nearly as many goals as Solanke. He hasn't even been
Why'd you
playing
have to make
as
it about him? Man's been injured for ages.
Huh?
He's back now.
Oh, injured.
But you wouldn't be able to tell.
So Marino was
Did he
injured
play
as
on
well.
Thursday?
Did
Dislocated
he?
his shoulder at the start of the season. He was
I
out for
think-
ages.
I think he did.
Yeah?
Um,
And he ain't even strike.
I 1-0 this week.
1-0.
Because I feel like what they're
That's
going to
quite
do,
rare
which
for
I
Abby
will
to say. Oh,
you're not- I
will
thought you
enjoy.
would
So,
get
no.
after all of that.
Hold on. They'll lure them in to this false sense of hope.
Let the Arsenal fans think,
Yeah.
go into the Bernabeu. I'll tell you
And then
what,
they go to the
we can
Bernabeu.
keep it tight
Boom,
for the
boom,
first
boom.
half.
And say bye. And then
Adios.
adios, my amigo.
What about the score with Eintracht Frankfurt and Tottenham?
Oh, well, if I had to base
Ekitike.
it on what I watch every single week, I would say it was probably going to be
Home time.
Yeah.
What,
No,
the first leg?
no. I actually think it would be similar. I think we might get a draw at home on
You're
Thursday.
supposed to beat
but
them.
I
You're
think when
supposed to be a better team than him.
who said that?
You're supposed to be.
Don't go
How
anywhere.
much money you
Frankfurt are
spent?
not 14th in their league, surely.
Yeah, no. they're
No,
not.
look how much money you spent.
Or have you
All
got
right.
have you got Eintracht Frankfurt's funds? Have you got their spreadsheets, their PSLs?
Yeah, I know they've
No,
not
I
spent
bet-
what you've
Profits
spent.
and losses.
Nowhere near.
Profits and losses, please.
No,
or we'll
we
leave that till Thursday.
Okay, we'll do
leave
that
till
Thursday. So let us know in the
hold.
chat. Arsenal, will they draw inspiration
Oh,
from that win
did
against
you
Real
say? You
Madrid in
didn't say yours.
2006? 2-2 on the
2-2.
night,
All right.
Emirates. You're obviously going to Madrid.
I'll be there, man.
Big shout out to Box Park tomorrow.
Box Park tomorrow, yeah. Box Park, we're doing a big watch party there over on AFTV.
Sure, maybe I'll come.
So yeah,
Shoreditch.
come along, man. It's good. Box Park Shoreditch as well.
Okay.
Come along, Abby. We'd love to have you
Final
in the
swan
house.
song before it goes. 'Cause
Huh?
that one's shutting down, isn't
That's
it?
what. Well, it's not
Is it still
completely.
something? I don't know if
It's a rumour. It's been
Funny
rumoured.
enough, every time I've
They're
ever
trying to
gone
build.
to
They
the
don't want it
Emirates,
to close down Box Park
They've
because
always
it's a lovely box park.
even when I've gone watching women.
But yeah, get along to that. It's great.
Yeah, man. Quickly then, Aston Villa PSG score.
First one
Two
at Villa
good
Park, yeah?
teams.
I reckon they win that.
I've got a
No, it's like
feeling-
Park the Prince, no?
No,
First
first
leg
leg.
at Villa Park.
Is it?
I've got a feeling Villa don't get beat as well.
I might go 2-2
2-2.
on that. Yeah.
2-2. I think that both teams. But then Villa might not see the ball for large periods at points. Midfielders, man. Vitinha.
Them
Neves
floaters and the front three can't track them
Ruiz,
where they're going.
Neves.
And Villa high line. Doué and Dembele. Oh, actually, PSG 2-1. Tight though.
I'm going to go 2-1 Villa on the first leg.
The Emery derby.
Good evening.
I'll go
I could see a draw in the first leg, and then if they could get a draw in the first leg, I think Villa got a chance over there. I mean, listen, PSG are a great side, but
PSG have just won the league as well.
yeah, I think they could go invincible, innit? This
Yeah,
season. But
could.
I think
Some
Villa are a
team,
good side, you
They're
know.
very good side.
You know,
And Emery
so
will have the little tricks.
and Emery's got that thing
Yeah.
in cup competitions.
And they got the depth as well.
yeah. So
one chess.
I think it's at PSG, you know.
Yeah, that's
first
what I
one.
was
On
thinking
here,
is at
so,
PSG.
On
so
here it
production
says
have
it's
got it
Villa.
wrong.
But the chat is saying it's
no,
PSG.
I thought it is it. I thought the first leg was at Villa Park. I don't know.
No, you are correct. It is at PSG.
Yeah.
It's PSG.
So cheers,
They-
production.
'cause they take- they take them back
Yeah,
to-
that's a
to-
little bit
They
different.
take them
Nice
back to
one.
Villa
Well,
Park
that
second
changes
leg.
it, doesn't it?
Changes
That
it.
changes
That's what I was
PSG.
thinking.
That's
The
2-1
tie's
then.
more
2-1
interesting because I think
PSG.
if they were taking them back to Paris with them
Yeah.
ultras second leg,
Don't blame it on Kenya.
I'd say PSG are going to go through. But
Imagine
because they're
PSG
taking back
just
to Villa
slap them
Park,
both
Yeah.
I think that's changes a bit. Then I'd have to go PSG for that first leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
PSG
yeah.
to win at
I'll
winning
flip
the
it
yeah.
round.
home.
I'll flip it
Yeah,
round.
that's what I'm saying at home.
2-1 PSG still. I still think Villa's
I'll go. I'll go 3-1 PSG. I think
I'll go
the
2-1.
occasion might get to
I'm
Villa.
gonna flip
Bayern München versus Internazionale.
Whoa, that's a good game.
That's a very
Just
good
shake
game.
that
They're,
right,
they're a team that I think can win it. You know,
Always that team that just get
Not-
through the rounds, get through the rounds, get through
Inter.
the rounds.
I'm not on about
that's what I'm
Bayern.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Inter.
Yeah.
Not about,
Workman,
not
we
about
played them,
Harry
man.
Kane.
Solid team,
Yeah.
hard to break down,
Yeah.
and then they got good players up front in Lautaro Martinez and people like that.
Harry Kane, though.
Yeah, Harry Kane,
Ooh,
but
it's late.
Elise's on it.
you know what it
Elise's
is?
on it.
At least they
They're
are,
on it
but
now.
it's just that
a
Inter's
draw.
one of them
Musiala.
teams.
Where's the first game?
That's a draw. Bayern.
Fine.
That's a draw as well, mate.
I see
1-0.
that draw 1-1. I see that 1-1.
Nah, I think Bayern.
I'll say
edged
2-1 Bayern, sneak it.
2-1 Bayern.
Yeah,
No,
and
1-0.
according to the supercomputers, FC Barcelona are predicted favourites now to win the Champions
Yeah, they're
League.
beating Dortmund.
at home.
They're
Yeah,
beating
done.
them.
Yeah, they'll be
2-1.
done.
I
Where's
think
that? Where's that?
First leg up,
10th in the league,
Barca.
innit? Haven't they?
Barca, yeah.
I go
3-0.
3-1 Barca first leg.
3-0
I'll
Barca.
go 3-0 Barca.
Heavy games
beat
then.
them.
Super chats then before we finish. Flex, if Sancho goes back to United, how would he fit Amorim's system? Just don't answer that one.
Go on.
Big up Juno though.
How would he fit?
Random, but Flex, where did you get your top from, please? Says Guna Bean.
Zara.
It must be.
I feel like this is a
Zara,
setup.
that's a Zara.
It
No,
is,
it's
but
not
it's a
as.
setup.
No,
I don't
he's
think it is. He
he's
just wanted to
asking.
know.
Oh, yeah, it is Zara.
Zara.
So why are you on edge,
No,
man?
because
Just
you know,
say it.
'cause I did this to Ty one time, mate. The answer, oh yeah, I got this from Vinny. Dead top. I've been there, bro. I'm on the
Yeah,
defense.
I've done that.
It's just unoffensive,
No, it's
isn't
nice.
it? It's
I like that
unoffensive.
top.
Thank you.
Kai at 65, Enzo at 108. Pound for pound, who's the better signing? Says Yash
Ends over who?
Fernandez.
Kai
No,
at
you
Kai
say
Havertz
Kai.
at 65.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll go
or
Kai.
Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez at 108.
Kai Havertz.
I'm worried City will come for Bruno G, says
Mm.
Sir Pork Stick.
They
Mad,
could do
mate.
with him.
Uktash says Flex and Abby, who has a bigger rebuild to do?
I would
Well-
say us. I'd say United.
Well, I would say
I would as
yeah,
well.
but I would also.
I still see more elements of quality.
Well, I think again we'll have another manager next season. I think so.
The rebuild is that for you
Well,
guys
we've
is a
been-
top, but then you've
Still
had top
need better
managers.
players.
I don't know what manager you need. I don't know.
It's
There's
us.
none.
We ain't got no. We can't score, man.
I actually don't know. I think
You've had
both
every
are
type
very
of
big.
manager, isn't it?
Need
We've
Harry
had every
Houdini,
manager.
mate.
Because
Still above them.
Spurs have got young players.
How's that work?
Yeah, yeah.
Spurs have got young players.
They've got
but
some young
the,
players.
The thing is, Spurs haven't got one world class
You
player.
know, we've got your points and Everton's points
No, but-
put
well,
together, plus we've got more.
you would argue
Mad
maybe
shoes.
Bruno.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wouldn't argue, absolutely.
Nathaniel, has
Get
Flex been
22.
cooking
World
people?
class, though.
Surely not. He supports in terms of money spent equals league position, the most embarrassing squad in Prem history. Head low, bro. Terence, you got 4 refs on the pitch, 3 in a van in Stockley, 7 human beings, and they still screw up decisive calls.
true.
They're all just stupid. 7 blind mice.
Shout out Terence. Always on United.
Big him up. Carl says Villa Forest was the match of the day and best game, but DR spends 1 hour 30 minutes on the Big Six Ball Fest. Too many Big Six shows on YouTube, and DR is just one. Thanks for the super chat, my friend.
Thank you.
Listen, he does have a point that was the best game of the
It was.
weekend, right?
Yeah, it was.
And actually, he says that Palace versus Brighton game was a great game.
Okay, well, let's get Palace and Brighton fans on next week.
But, you know, I
Anyway.
don't support Brighton.
Yeah, exactly. Stop bullying Abby, guys. Not a good look, Don Rob.
Who's bullying
Who's
me today?
No one's bullying her.
I've had a day off. I don't. Feel
Well,
like
this
I've-
has been one of our funniest,
had a great
light-hearted
show
shows
today.
of all time. Aaron, shout out to all my
season's wrapping up.
gooners.
Yeah, you can tell we're all on the beach.
Yeah, Matisse, it should be who is your favourite referee, says Moses. Did
Me.
you say yours?
I don't have one.
No, fair enough.
They're all the
Don't
same
blame
to
you.
me.
Face Off says, looking at Chelsea selling their women's team, it only makes sense for Newcastle to open a petrol station selling oil at St James's Park to BPS. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. mate.
SO outside the team.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
They shut down all the other ones in Newcastle, and you only got
Have to get
that's
gas
the only
money.
place. And the Geordies would back that
Straight
as well.
from Saudi.
That'd be the only.
Yeah.
And they back that. That'd be the only place for petrol.
Matt,
in the
Matty
whole of
Renton on
Newcastle.
pump number 2. Who won oil?
Full tank, like.
Who wants an oil?
Full tank.
Fill up me tank, you bastard. Moses says, yo, Summers, take care of your own belongings. Oh, because he's robbed your phone. That's probably it. What happened to the calling show, says Tomiwa.
We're pausing it. We're moving
gonna maybe move it to TikTok.
They're both too dusted to call each other.
Oh, it's
busy.
late.
We're both
Too
busy.
dusted, man.
We have busy
What's a Tottenham fan got
schedules.
to say to a United fan at this stage? of the
Busy
season?
schedule. No, actually, that's something I said to you the other day. We should be doing this while we're still in the competition. We both should be actually doing some content around it.
Stephen
anyone
Island's
belong?
grandmother says Thai's chicken shop challenge was amazing. I did watch that with Raoul. It was
Has he
class,
won in Japan, though?
mate. Yeah.
But has he won in Japan?
You know
The
what,
best
right?
bit was when he said, "Who's the
Why is
biggest
he so
fan?"
good
and
at Thai?
Raoul said
Yeah,
Thai,
yeah.
and Thai said nothing.
He said being humble.
Yeah.
You know what? The thing is, right? When we was putting that thing together, right, we said there's only one person who can defend Arsenal against Real Madrid,
Yeah, it's facts.
right?
Big guns.
Because the rest of us would just be there sitting there saying, "Oh, we can't, nothing we can say."
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. We knew. We put Ty in there.
Has
He'll
he won it in
defend.
Japan?
Has he won it in Japan? Is
Raoul
there
held
abs-
it though.
Has he won?
Did you see that?
And he's being
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
good.
So
He's being
serious.
serious as well. He's not playing around.
He's like, yeah, Ancelotti's won it.
How many
Italy,
Premier Leagues have Real
France,
Madrid won?
Spain, Germany.
How
England.
many Premier Leagues have Real Madrid won?
Have they ever been
How
invincible?
many FA Cups?
How many?
Have they gone invincible? Have they gone invincible?
Did they draw 11 games in a season?
When was the last time they beat
I
Wigan?
know they have. What's the point?
Real Madrid to smoke Asna. 3-0 first leg, says Mike.
Isaac
And that is the
Asna.
end of the Super Chats, and that concludes the end of the show.
What a show.
I'll be honest with you. A round of applause for us. Right? Football insight, banter, anecdotes, opinion,
Stories.
analysis,
and nice,
an
like,
extensive
stories.
show for you. So make sure you smash that like button on the way out, people. On Thursday, we'll be back, knowing the first leg scores of the Champions League, previewing your game. Who are you even playing?
Legia Warsaw.
Are you going? Are you going
And your
Poland?
game, right?
Are you
You've
going-
got
What you
Leon.
said
That's
there?
a massive game.
You're in.
That's a
Are
massive
you
game.
going to Warsaw?
Going Warsaw?
Because the finals in Poland, and they had to, for security reasons, they had to bring the amount of tickets for away fans right down. So it was
I
like
can imagine it was a
rat
sellout.
race. Yeah, it was a madness to get.
Yeah, I
So
can
Sounds
imagine.
fair play.
Bare
So
people
you know
want to go
what?
to Warsaw and that.
Fez.
Yeah.
Big 'em up.
Fez.
All right, sweet. Well,
way you
I've
said
been
that was
AGT.
so
That's been
sweet.
Abby. That's been Flex.
Legia
That's been
Warsaw.
Don Robin. We've got Martits there as well. So big up to everyone involved.
Are
Shout
you
out
in
to-
Europe?
shout-
Who are you playing this week?
Brexit.
Okay.
Brexit.
Because in a way, man,
Chilling on Thursdays.
because like everybody else here is in Europe.
One
And
game
this
a
one
week,
is-
and you fella,
Yeah, what's
and you
he
still
doing?
look ragged.
What are you doing this midweek?
Do you know if we beat PSG, we would have been playing Villa.
If
I'm saying I don't want that.
You said
I don't-
Villa were waiting for you.
buts
didn't.
and maybes.
You said, yeah, no. You said actually they'll be waiting for you. You like, yeah. You was like,
You definitely would have said it.
he
You
said, yeah,
definitely
and then
would
they
have
got
said
us half
it.
on. If they even get past thingy, it'll be us.
That was it.
waiting.
That was it. That was it.
Guys,
He
hold
did
that.
say
we've got to end the show, unfortunately.
Oh, wait.
Hey, listen, I love this
Which
show.
weird.
Yeah, I love this show.
Which weird.
Love you guys. I've enjoyed this today. I hope you have too. See you on Thursday.
Listen up. You're watching TikToks all day anyway, so why not get paid for it? Ever thought about making money from TikTok but you don't have any followers? Well, forget the 1,000 follower rule. GFN Vault has just changed the game. AFTV and DR Sports have partnered with one of the biggest UK creators, Anthony Owo, to bring you GFN Vault.
Our agency helps you earn, grow, succeed with exclusive support. With 0 following, you can start earning straight away. No gimmicks, no catches, 100% free.
Every big creator started from nothing, including me. So why not you?
Whether that is football, gaming clips, or just chatting complete and utter rubbish, anyone can be a creator, just like me.
So hit the link right now, get involved, and start earning today with GFN Vault. Do not sleep on this.